Starting the theme now. Hey everybody, thanks for waiting. Welcome to Journey Punks, an actual play Dungeons & Dragons show set in the Arcana Punk world of Eberron. I'm the Dungeon Master, Gierhart, and role-playing in this game is...
I'm Kuhnoodle, and I play Azuki, the monk.
Hi, I'm Winged, and I play Kelp the Shifter.
Shifter Barbarian.
Shifter Barbarian.
Yeah.
Oops.
That's okay.
Hey, I'm Jay. I played Donegal Sam. He's a wizard.
And I'm Jurassic Jaws, and I play Hux, the Changeling Artificer.
That's right. We are here to play some Dungeons & Dragons in a crazy mixed-up world that has classic D&D stuff in it, but also some science, because science is real, and some technology, and some dinosaurs, and noir, pirates, you name it. We'll just see. Maybe some Harry Potter stuff, too. Although not trademarked Harry Potter stuff, talking just wizards and witches. Anyway, before we get into that...
Pesh is sweating those copyright rules.
Woo! Affiliate status, am I right?
We're toeing the line, y'all.
All right. Before we start off, just if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to click like and subscribe and leave a comment if you'd like. And that way you can stay tuned for at least one new video per week. And before we dive in, I just want to say, guys, my dice tray is so smooth and it smells so good too. It looks great. Do you guys have a dice tray like this?
I couldn't possibly. Oh, wait, you mean this?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Jaws, don't you have one too?
I'm trying to get to my camera. There we go. I do, in fact. Look at that.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Wow.
It's got its own seat next to me because it's so much fun.
It smells delicious, like delicious, real, pure wood.
It
Pure
really
wood.
does.
I'm blocking my mic. Here we go. Yeah. And the felt, this like material on the bottom, I don't know what it is. I think it's like leather, but it's all pure and well made and high quality. And I love it because I also have like a really cool engraving of a dice sword. And I know you all have like, well, some of you have engravings as well. I know Jaws has a very custom made engraving of one of his favorite dinosaurs. Is that okay to say favorite?
Yeah, I think that is very fair to say Dilophosaurus. Yes,
Favorite.
indeed.
Dilophosaurus.
Oh, wait a
Dang.
minute.
Wow.
Every time I see the your dice tray, I want to guess the dinosaur because I want to get to a point where I just know it when I see it.
Here, it's
Dilophosaurus,
it's also
right?
Dilophosaurus, yes.
Dilophosaurus.
Dilophosaurus.
You say it with an F, but it's spelled P.
Don't mess it up.
like a phone.
We're gonna get there.
Falafel.
Stickler.
Well,
It's a
Falafel.
falafelsaurus.
Falafel-saurus.
Falafel-thesaurus.
They're delicious.
My
that's
Dilophosaurus feels awful when he has falafel.
And
That's why I gave them.
if you want a hummus Falafel-saurus on your dice tray, maybe
Excuse
drop
me?
it like a reasonable design, and you can maybe send it to the people that make these awesome dice trays, which is Green Fox Woodworking. They are an amazing company and very kind and awesome. They're based in Wisconsin, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you the logo here because if you go to greenfoxwoodworking.com, they are there's their logo right there underneath me, the green little fox. I love that fox. go ahead and go there. Check out their stuff. They have role-playing game materials that they make, such as these awesome dice trays. And you can get one yourself for your game with the promo code JourneyPunks. It'll get you a 15% discount on dice trays. That's right, 15% discount on dice trays with the promo code JourneyPunks. It's right there below me. If you're listening to us on a podcast, it'd be JourneyPunks, all caps. So go ahead and use that to get a discount and get yourself an awesome dice tray. And that way you can join in on the fun. I mean, on your own game. But keep watching ours. And who knows? Maybe there'll be guests in the future. We'll see. Well, it's all in the works. It's all in the aether being waiting to be pulled. But I'm gonna go ahead and put away the Green Fox Woodworking logo here. Again, they're a great company, great people. Go ahead and buy their stuff. They are awesome, and they I'm just gonna say I want to retain privacy, but I will say that the couple that runs it, and maybe they'll go ahead and say this themselves, they did meet each other playing a very famous MMORPG online, if I'm not mistaken, which is awesome. I think it is so cool that they fell in love through fantasy role-playing online. So, yeah.
Tale as old as time.
And we did 14 years ago. That's right, Nevaeh Fox. She is in the chat. 14 years ago. Bringing people together. And, okay, before we get into everything, I just want to ask, how's everybody doing today? How are my players? How are the role players doing?
I'm doing good, besides my dog screaming.
On cue, at least.
Wow, that was great.
He knows I'm talking about her.
Perfect.
I'm good. Just a busy weekend, winding down, getting ready to go back to work. So
Nice. And if anybody hasn't checked it out, Winged was on the last episode of J-Punk Junk, which is a companion talk show we do the weeks that we don't play D&D, so go check that out. It's on the Twitch profile. It's also on YouTube.
We had a good time.
It was a good time. We'll do other stuff. We talked about maybe the next time that you're on Winged, and maybe next time we can watch like a watch party of Dragonheart, which is one of our favorite movies.
It is
definitely my favorite dragon movie.
the best movie.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Jay and Hux, how are you guys doing? Jay and Jaws. Sorry, Jay Jaws. How are you guys doing?
You can call me Hux, just don't call me the B word. There is no B here, only Zool. I'm okay. I wanted to kick my computer out a window before this because it wasn't cooperating, but BIOS updates will do that.
Aw, I'm glad things are working. I'm glad to have you here. Jay, how's it going, buddy?
I'm good. I'm charging my computer and my circle light. So
Ring light? Nice.
my ring light, that's what it's called.
The old circle light.
The old circle light. I am 59 years old.
When you look at the sun, what do you call it?
I call it the old blinder guy.
Blinder guy.
Yeah,
Right.
the old raw. I call it raw. Okay,
Oh,
that's how old I am.
dude, that reminds me of the movie that we did together in Minneapolis, where I played the character Raw.
Never saw it.
I'll believe it.
Neither did I. Neither
You
did I.
guys were in The Mummy with Brendan Fraser?
I have an IMDb credit for it though, and I had a soul patch.
They wouldn't know. They never saw it.
Never saw
right.
it. Never
saw it. Do you remember that the natural lighting of you and other guys in the night, like a just no lit park, just in the middle of nowhere, was flashlights on your face?
It was a very dare I say not a good setup.
To say the least. Anyway,
I almost said DIY, but like I feel like filmmakers like you are DIY and you know what you're doing.
Micro budget, and everybody has trial and errors. And I don't want to judge too much, but I will say it was it's a fun memory. Well, it's an interesting story.
It's a memory.
It's a well, I don't think it actually happened. Anyway, moving on. Ring lights. That's right. We were talking about ring lights. Ring lights. The word ring lights always reminds me of ringworm, which I never had, but was always scared of getting
say that?
in wrestling. Because Jay understands. He was a high school wrestler. I was always afraid of getting ringworm because they freaked us out about it in wrestling.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I never got it until I got a kitten, and then I got it in 2 places.
You got ringworm from your cat?
The kitten, it was gross and disgusting. It brought home ringworm to everyone and almost killed one of my other cats by biological warfare. Yeah, it's fine now.
Sorry.
It's okay. I mean, it didn't get like its proper. It didn't get bathed, I guess.
This is why all of Sam's friends died.
Just killed everybody from ringworm.
It's ringworm.
Ringworm. That's why poor Jackie died. Aw.
Yeah.
Poor,
Don't adopt kittens from your nemesis.
Yes.
That's people from Wisconsin, specifically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Use a promo
My
code.
nemesis.
Anyway, moving on. Let's get back to Arcanix, everybody. Let's dive back in. So since it's been 2 weeks, like it always has been, every time we play, it's good to do a little refresher. And I'm just gonna read off a small summary I have here of the last episode, so everybody can be refreshed, including our audience, and we can get back to the top school of magic in all of Corvair. So in the last episode was Campaign 1, Episode 3. Before finishing their airship voyage, Zuki, Kelp, Sam, and Hux dabble into some necromancy. And they did that to try to revive poor Jackie, who was apparently murdered with the note that read, "You're welcome." And it was signed Miss Lavishon, which is somebody that Sam knows very well from when he used to study at Arcanix. Before we continue, if anybody says that we... I need to turn on the music or anything, just go ahead and type that in chat and I'll adjust it. It sounds good to me, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, continuing. The resurrection was a wacky bust that involved avoiding a painful encounter with Jackie's best friend, Johnny. Lots of lizard necks were broken for Sam to practice necromancy on, but it was unsuccessful and they were killed in vain. But it was a good try. And the party was able to animate Jackie momentarily in a zombie-like state, and they got him to write 3 letters on found parchment with a quill dipped in mustard, and he wrote M-E-R. So, before reaching to Arcanix, the party also met Jacob, the half-elf, who tried to help the party pilot the airship for the landing, because he was like, okay, the Count Lord's dead, you guys are kind of trying to wing it, so I'm a experienced pilot, maybe I can help. So, after struggling through their interaction with Jacob, because Hux was rude to him on the intercom, and Kelp was kicking all the dead lizards into a mound so Jacob couldn't see them, they eventually made it through that without a confrontation. There was no confrontation. Jacob was able to pilot the ship all the way to Arcanix. They finally arrived there, and that was Donegal Sam's alma mater, and which is the Arcanix School of Magic. Officially, it is actually called So, Arcanix is the school and the village. People usually refer to Arcanix when they're referring to the floating islands, which has a school, which is called Arcanix College of Magic. But the village is also called Arcanix as well. It's just called the Village of Arcanix, or Arcanix Village. So that is where everybody landed, just outside of there. So after landing there, which is also in the nation of Ondair, the party were attacked by twin Kalistar twins. The gang killed them both dead, and Sam's old fling, Morelum, was there to meet the party. Now, this was after there was a quick stop to a wine and cheese store in which Zuki got a big wheel of cheese, and also Kelp was able to use her sleight of hand skills and swipe some of those mini wine bottles that you see in our world, which you would see them at the checkout line of Walgreens. And Kelp was able to just steal some, But hey, you know what? Zuki paid a big price on the cheese and the bottle of wine, and told him to keep the change. So really, it all kind of evened out. So no harm done.
I'm drinking some of that wine right now.
Exactly. Yeah. And So then afterwards, the gang met back up again, and they went to So there's 3 islands of Arcanix, and they went underneath the main one, and they end up meeting Morelum, and Morelum ended up greeting herself to Sam and the rest, and was expecting them to deliver the dissertation. So Morelum, also a dwarf, just like Sam, ended up leading them up to the main building. And then before the session ended, she pulled Zuki off to the side and tried to bribe her into stealing the dissertation for her. And she said, and demonstrated a magical ability to control fire. And she said that it can be hers if she snatches the dissertation for her by that night. So that is where we ended our session last week. And just so everybody knows, I want to, before we dive into where we are, I want to give just a kind of a brief background on Arcanix, so everybody has a better idea of where we are. And I'm going to put up the Arcanix image that I have, so people can get an idea of where and what we're doing and the place we're in. Let me just look for that real quick. Arcanix image. There we go. So I'm going to make it real big. Okay, so you can see, those at home can see it on the screen now. You can see that there's floating islands here, and you can see someone flying on a broom right here, and that village below, that's Arcanix Village. That's where the wine and the cheese was bought. And so yeah, you have different towers on different islands, and the 3 towers are Glarehold Tower, which is the main tower, which is where the party is right now. And that's the one that you see in the main part of the image with that little platform right there. They're in Glarehold Tower right now. And you also have Amber Wall Tower, and Sky Nocturnus Tower. So Glarehold Tower, where everybody is right now, it contains the White Arch, which is basically just the entrance to the college. This is one of the towers. There's 2 to 3 towers dedicated to students, Glarehold Tower being the main one. So yeah, this is basically where all the freshmen come in, and they are there like, ooh, we're studying magic. That is where they start out. You also have Amber Wall Tower, and Amber Wall Tower is for advanced students. So if you're like a junior, senior, or year 3 or year 4, you get moved to Amber Wall Tower. So that's where you finish out your training, your schooling there, and then you graduate. Sky Nocturnus Tower, that is where the Arcane Congress is based, and you also have like apartments, like homes and apartments for Arcane Congress wizards, and it also is the so you also have this one guy who's the prince of the where on Dare, the nation of Ondare. He's the queen's brother. His name is Adel Weinarn. He's a tiefling, and yeah, he pretty much runs Sky Nocturnus Tower. He's basically the main manager, but also the prince of Ondare. So, and he's also a wizard and a fighter. And this tower is dedicated to workshops, libraries, laboratories, homes, apartments. Like I said, homes, apartments of Arcane Congress wizards. It also contains the Gate of Zabra, which is an interplanar gate of unknown origin being studied by Uli Blackhatch. He's a gnome. He's a gnome wizard of the Arcane Congress. So remember, Gate of Zabra with an X. Zabra. Yep, you can travel between planes on it. Through it. And it also contains, this tower also contains the Library of Robadour, which is named after the half-elf sorcerer Waya Robadour that founded it, and his descendant Tanila Robadour runs the library. And all the Arcanix students study there. You can't take books out of the library, though. You have to study at the library. So that's where people go and study for exams and tests and all that. Sam knows this. He's been through it all. So.
I mean, like, what Miss Lavisham don't know won't hurt her. is what I'm saying.
That's right. Yeah, maybe you can take a book. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah.
So in the village of Arcanix below, you also have the Tower of Alchemy, which is, like I said, it's located on the ground in the village. It's not one of the floating campus islands. It hosts the Alchemy Academy as one of the academies of Arcanix College of Magic. It is an Arcanix Academy that is located on the ground, like I said, and a lot of artificers specifically study here at the Tower of Alchemy. And so basically you have the main teacher there. He's the main mentor professor. His name is Tzandro Kavalant. He's a wood elf, and he's the creator of alchemical golems, which are almost kind of like Warforged, but they're not as sentient. They're not as they don't really have the artificial intelligence that Warforged do. They're kind of more like our kind of robots in real life, but these are powered by magic. They're also immune to magic. And Tzandro Kavalant is the senior alchemy mentor, and he's the author of Kavalant's Alchemy, which is a book that Sam knows about as well. So
yeah, I know that book.
Yeah, you know that book. And real quick too, just so you know, this is all just general knowledge too of Arcanix. Not a whole lot of people are without this knowledge that know about Arcanix. So I'm not telling you anything that your characters didn't already know. So year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4 all wear different colored robes. Again, Sam knows this. Year 1, which are basically freshmen, they wear blue robes. Year 2 wear red robes. Year 3 wear gold robes, and year 4 wear black robes.
Yeah, it's like a cult except it's school.
Exactly. And there actually used to be 4 towers, but Nocturnus, the island, the tower on a floating island, Nocturnus, and Skyreach, those 2 island towers were combined into one called Sky Nocturnus Tower. So it's bigger. Like I said, it holds the Arcane Congress. It's much more than just about school. So yeah, it has different functions. It's a bigger place. So that is what we're doing. And so right now where you guys are, I'm going to bring up the On-Dare map. So everybody can see at home the On-Dare map. This is an enlarged area. This is the nation that you're in. Again, this is ruled by a queen, and you guys are at Arcanix, which is at the bottom left of this map. It's near Lake Galifar. It's right on the coast. It's almost kind of like if we're Chicago looking at Lake Michigan. So the lake kind of looks like a big, like its own ocean in a way. But yeah, this is its own nation right here. I would say kingdom, but it's a queendom. It's a queendom. It's a queendom nation. But yeah, that is what we're doing, where we are right now. And you all right now. So what happened is that Zuki was pulled up to the side, and she was bribed. Again, this is basically Zuki's information. But then you all have gathered now, and you're all right past the White Arch, which is this, big entrance hall. You see like some areas off to your left that have they serve food. You see brooms ahead of you sweeping by themselves. Nothing's sweeping them. Again, the crystals power this. And you see some tables being wiped down by rags that are literally just floating in the air, wiping the tables by themselves. Some big tables. Brent, do you remember what the Bowen Thomas Student Union looked like? Sorry, Jaws, do you remember what the Bowen Thomas Student Union looked like when you entered?
I do indeed. Yes.
Kind of like that.
Hux remembers it.
But twice as big. And it's all built with marble and stone. And basically what I'm referring to is the dining area with lots of tables. And then you have this open area right in the middle where it leads to the administration area, which is basically people at the front line desk, like people that are manning the desk and there to answer any questions you have. So you are in a big open space right now in the student hall. What do you do? Also, Lavishin has disappeared. You don't know where or not Lavishin. Meralem has disappeared. You don't know where she is.
I put my hand around Sam and I say, Sam,
Hux,
take me to the alchemy or the
the professor you wanted to see.
Yes, thank you, dear.
Okay, here we go. It's a bit of a hike.
It's back on the ground.
It's back on the ground.
It's back on where you guys were in the
go.
village.
All right, I'll just stay with the group for now.
I mean,
No. I am but a sidecar in your motorcycle race.
it's no big deal. We can go see the professor. It's just, are you hungry right now, or do you want to see the professor?
I'm not hungry. I actually can't stand eating scenes, so I would love to go see the professor.
I guess I haven't seen you eat. That's right. I never put that together.
Sometimes I just shift stomachs so that I'm suddenly full.
You shift stomachs. Oh,
Changeling secrets.
you're like bovine.
Did you just call me a pig?
Did
you just call me a pig?
I thought I called you a cow.
That's what I said.
Anyway, that's pretty cool, honestly. So let's go see the professor. It'd probably be good to see him anyway. I don't hate this guy.
Maybe we can snoop around and ask him some questions.
Yes, let's snoop around. Yeah.
And who you're thinking of, Sam, is Tzandro Kavalant.
We're gonna go see Tzandro.
Professor Kavalant. Yeah, that's what they call him.
Prof. Calavant.
Let us gallivant to Professor Calavant.
Calavant. That's
Cal-
what I said every day when I went and saw him.
Really?
And then I
See.
skipped.
Great minds,
class.
Sam. Great minds.
I'm gallivanting to Professor Calavant.
So,
All right.
do you want to go back down to the ground again?
Why not? Okay, before we do, Wing, is everyone else okay? Are you gonna be okay?
Did I come back?
Yeah, you're back with everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just got done talking to Morello, though.
Are you gonna come with us, or do you want to eat?
I could eat. I'm
I
ready to
can
eat. Yeah, let's eat.
I will eat.
All right, we'll be right back. Hux and I are just gonna go see my old prof, and you could go eat there. Just the your imagination's the limit. Just whatever you want. When I come back, oh man, I'm gonna get chicken tenders. So, but before that, I have to go see the professor.
So you guys leave, right? You guys leave where you
Mhm.
came. So you guys, okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are on your way out. You on your way back down to the village to go to the Tower of Alchemy, which is an Arcanix Village, which is on the ground.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, we still have Zuki and Kelp, who are in the main dining hall of the Student Union entrance of Arcanix. And what do you do, Zuki and Kelp? What would you like to do? Or talk amongst yourselves, either way.
When he says anything, does he mean actually anything? I'm not really familiar with how this stuff goes.
Say something and see if it pops up.
No, you do it. I'm not putting my...
Cupcake. Does a cupcake pop up?
Yeah, does it... What?
No.
No. See? I told you. This doesn't work. This is all... Magic is just stupid, and...
So somebody was
doesn't
walking
work.
by in a somebody was walking by in a gold robe. It's a young man, it's a young human, and he hears you and he walks backwards and he turns at you and he's like, "Did you just say magic is stupid?"
No, we said cupcake.
A cupcake?
Oh, no, sorry.
I love
You said
cupcakes.
I said magic was stupid.
Well, hold that note. Back to your thought there, Tiefling. And he flicks his fingers, and a cupcake appears in his hand. And he goes...
Me.
He's pinched, and he goes...
Can I, smush it in his face?
Sure. Try it.
Okay. Or can I, grab it while it's smushed in his face?
Sure. So, you grab it, and it's now in your hand, but it's still
And then
smeared
I
on his
shove it
face.
in my mouth.
Anyway, as I was saying, I love cupcakes, and magic is not stupid.
Wow, because you are magic and you look pretty stupid right now to me.
So he flicks his fingers again, and he has a KFC, in our world would be a KFC like wet napkin, and he wipes his face with it.
You're looking good.
You can't just say KFC and then follow with wet napkin.
The DM was saying KFC for you to relate to it as a player. But sure, the young human wizard boy, he said KFC as well. So why do you have a problem against magic?
I don't know. I just don't trust it. And also, it's a little arrogant, don't you think? Random stranger who stopped by just to prove that magic was superior.
By the way, just so you know what he looks like, he's about 5'6". He's a human. He has dark brown hair. He has very thin glasses, and he's a white boy. And
He looks stupid.
yeah, he
Even on this planet, there's a lot of those, huh?
white boy. Well, this is technically the first one you've seen.
Can't escape them. They're everywhere.
They're
even in my screen.
They're like a virus. They're
Yeah.
like Agent Smith said. They just
As a changeling, I find it offensive that peach-colored people call themselves white.
As a dwarf, I hate being called white. Even though I'm white.
Yeah, I was gonna say, aren't you a white dwarf? Anyway, so he's basically somebody who looks a little familiar, but you can't really put your finger on it. And he just says, well, if you want to be able to learn how to just make cupcakes appear in your hand or any food, one, there is a dining hall just to my left, and two, you could study here to learn how to do magic. That's what I'm here to do. So
I already went to school.
well, just saying, if you want
Can I
more
just
cupcakes,
like change? Can I use my thaumaturgy and just change my eye color and be like, you impressed?
whoa, wow, like flames. That's amazing. Wait, are you a wizard?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, wherever you studied that, that's really cool. I'd like to go there.
It's very far away and prestigious.
Okay. Well, if you want to
You
tell
can't
me,
go.
I'll be
You
studying
can't
the
go.
library. So, I have to
You're
go
not allowed.
I'm not allowed.
No.
Oh, all right then. Maybe I'll just research on my own and learn how to do flaming eyes as a cool trick on my own then. So, I'm gonna head out. It was nice meeting you both. Thanks for pushing the cupcake in my face. And just so that way, no hard feelings. And he flicks his finger, and he has another cupcake, and he goes, "Here you go." And also
Grab it.
flicks another one. He has another cupcake, and he goes, "This is for your friend."
Oh, thanks. I'm lactose intolerant. I can't eat that icing. Thanks for
And he goes,
ruining my...
and now it's vegan.
Ugh. How dare you fix my problems? Get out of here! Get out of here!
Magic.
I'll just set these right here, and he kind of winks twice, and then they're just kind of floating in front of you. And he goes, "All right, bye." He puts his hand out, and all of a sudden, you don't know where this came from because it's a big hall, but all of a sudden, a broom flies to his hand, and he runs out of the front door, and he flies over to the next island, which has a library in it to go study.
What a show off.
I don't like...
Look, you do notice, Kelp, you do notice that he looks back at both of you. Just kind of like, he has like a grin on his face.
And Kelp's such a dum-dum. She just like, is trying to place him, but she just can't.
I flick him off.
Yeah, good job, Zuki.
Good job, good job.
Good job.
So the cupcakes are still in front of your face, by the way.
I eat them. Well, I'll eat the...
Both of them?
There's one that's vegan and one not
I'll
vegan.
eat the one not vegan.
All right. Kelp snatches it from the air, and she kind of just like...
I'll eat it from the air. Like it's just floating on his back.
They're both double stuffed chocolate. So they have like chocolate cream stuffed in them, and they have chocolate like little chocolate chunk chips on them, a chocolate frosting on them too.
Kelp, like, while she's eating this entire thing in, like, record time, she's also, like, snarling and being like, I don't like this place. This place sucks. I hate it. And then she's, like, licking the wrapper. And then she flicks it off into the floor. And I'm just like, what's a magic broom gonna come and sweep that up?
And then a magic broom comes and sweeps it up.
Oh,
so jump
place.
cut. We're now gonna go over to Sam and
Terrible
Hux now.
play.
And so we're gonna pause you guys where you guys are at. And now Sam and Hux, you have now just freeze. You are now on the ground, and you're now to the entrance of the village underneath the floating island. So you can see the floating towers, 3 floating towers in the sky, and there is a path. There's a sign that says to the so sorry, gotta make sure I don't screw up the name. The Tower of Alchemy, which is just down the road, and it's on the other side of the village. Again, it's not that big. It is all surrounded by like just a very, very small, like I mean, it's like maybe 2.5 feet tall stone wall, and it's on the other side, the Tower of Alchemy. So yeah, what would you like to do? Or talk to each other?
Wouldn't it be funny if you changed offices?
I mean, I'm going where you're going, and if he changed offices, we're going to his new office.
All right, well, let's just go where I remember him. Let's go.
Okay, so you go to the Tower of Alchemy?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So on your way, you do notice various different kinds of people. A lot of them wear robes. You do see some fighters on the way that seem that they know magic as well. You could see some of them like directing some like horses and carriages. Like basically, there's this like one of those like whips that you see. I hate those whips, but you see like one of them floating in the air, and you see like this fighter kind of like flick his hand, and it's just kind of like up in the air floating. And so you see people that like stereotypically look like wizards, people that look like brutes, but they know magic as well. And again, all different kinds of people: tieflings, gnomes, elves, dwarves, orcs, half orcs, just very diverse. Again, a lot of the area of Corvair is very, very diverse. There's only certain areas that have certain kinds of people, such as the halflings. A lot of the halflings have dinos, but we'll get to that later. So you make it to the Tower of the Tower of Alchemy, which is in Arcanix Village, and yeah, it's where people study alchemy. And the front door is this big double door. It's like an arch. But it's much less grand compared to when you were up in the sky at the Tower of Glarehold. So, do you proceed?
Yeah.
Okay, so you go inside, and inside, it's very dusty. It's very dark. There's sunlight beaming in, but it's again also reveals how dusty it is. It's very empty as well for some reason. It's an unusual time of day as well. It should be bustling. Very different from what you remember, Sam. And there is a directory. Basically, it's a stone sign on the wall to your left, and it basically shows where everybody's teachers, what all their offices are on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th floors. And you do notice that there is one for Professor Tzandro Kavalant. He is on the 4th floor, and yeah, his office number is 405.
Exactly where I left him. 405. Let's go.
And there is an elevator just past that sign off to your right.
All right.
Do you call the elevator? There's a little button that you can press. Press the button. Boop. And you can hear and the doors open. So the players know it's a very similar elevator compared to ours in the real world. Again, powered by crystals, powered by magic. It opens, and there is just a keyboard that has all the floors, and there is a key for number 4 for 4. Do you press it?
Yeah.
Okay, you press it. Are both of you on the elevator?
Yes, of course. I'm just following Sam.
Just making
I'm
sure.
giving him a piggyback ride.
Okay. So
I'll allow it.
So Hux is on.
In that I have transmorphed into a pig human
Big human.
hybrid. Yeah,
And I'm like, this is not what
Ninja
height, though,
Turtles.
right?
Yeah, I'm like, this is not what bovine means.
So you're way taller than Sam, but you're piggy.
I know. I'm just steering into the skid of my mistake, Sam.
So you
You're
run
my
up to
best friend, Hux.
best friends. You run
Don't
up to the
say
fourth
that.
one,
I'll die this episode.
And the door opens, and you go down the hall. It looks like it has been cleaned in a long time. But you eventually reach to room 405. The door is closed. There are no windows. You can't tell if anybody's in there or not. What do you do?
We go inside.
Okay.
Right, Sam. We go inside.
Yeah, I first.
You
said,
go first.
"What?"
I don't want to die.
I'm like, I got a bad feeling about
The
this.
lights are flickering in this hallway that has no windows as well. So every time the lights flicker, the hallway lights flicker, it's like pitch black, just darkness. But
That
don't
seems perfectly
don't one of you have
normal.
like night vision or?
I do. Don't. Oh well, no. He's a dwarf. He would have.
I actually do. I do have night vision. It's dark vision.
Dark
Yeah.
vision. Got it. Okay, so it's not as bad for you, but it's still pretty scary. It's still pretty spooky, you know. So yeah. So you reach for the doorknob. The door is locked.
Ooh. It's a good thing I'm hecka strong. And I just push it open.
So you're got the roll for that.
Oh boy.
Are
Strength.
you doing it just on sheer strength?
Sheer strength.
Okay, so what you're gonna do is the DC for that. It's gonna be a 20. It's a hard DC.
Oh, it's a hard DC. All right. Well, I gotta get a 20. That's so funny. Okay. Well, I got a 12.
With your modifier, your strength modifier.
Yep,
This
with a
is
strength
add
modifier.
your athletics bonus to it.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Strength 2. Why am I not on the right screen? Look at that, Jay. How about skills? That's what you know. Okay, athletics +1. That's 13.
Okay. Not enough.
Clearly not. I'm like, they've replaced this door since the last time I was here.
There are other ways to, budge a door. If you think of one, just let me know.
Okay, Hux, let's put our heads together.
Oh, I'm thinking, friend.
Okay.
Oh, I
So-
can headbutt something. Well, that's unarmed strike. I don't want to use that.
I want to save your brain. I'm thinking either.
Could still be in there too. Just to let you know, he could
Oh.
be, could be not. Who knows?
How about let me try this. Why don't I knock? I'm gonna knock.
Okay, so you knock.
I arm my crossbow just in case.
Nothing. At least that time.
Hey Zorbo.
His name is Tzandro, by the way.
It's an inside joke between us.
Here, I'm gonna put this in the. So this is a.
Can I call him Zorbo too, Sam, or is it like?
So I'm gonna put it in the
Oh
chat
yeah,
here.
I'll drive him nuts.
I'm gonna put it in the chat here. So there's the stuff about Tzandro. He's NPC. Tzandro Kavalant. He's in room 405. He's a wood elf. And creator of alchemical golems. They're immune to magic. Senior alchemy mentor, author of Kavalant's Alchemy. So, you knocked. It's a good thing he wasn't in there when you said his name wrong. Or maybe he is. But you have no response, indicating that it may be empty. But you don't know that
Alright.
for sure.
Well, there's
Oh,
only.
Sam, I've got it.
Okay, what is it?
I would like to try to use Acid Splash on the doorknob since I can't use it on our foes.
A
I need to practice
fine-
the spell, friend. You know how it is.
A fine decision. I say, you know what? Me and him are basically. He'll think it's funny, right? If we acid splash his door. So let's.
I
do
mean,
it.
he's a college professor. I would hope he's used to it.
Yeah. So let's go for it. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Hux, could you,
yeah.
Jaws, could you remind me how that spell works?
So, I would love to. Let me see here. I have to. The hit is a dexterity 12. So I do a dexterity check, and it has to beat a 12.
Okay.
To work.
Well, it's a door, so you're gonna definitely hit it. It's right in front of you. It's not gonna dodge you.
Why? I would hope. That's why I want to practice on a target that's not moving for
on an
once.
animate solid object. So for this, it's gonna be a little different. So you're definitely gonna hit it. That's without a doubt.
All right.
But it's still gonna be a very hard to burn to make any almost kind of like an attack bonus or attack. So you're gonna hit. You're at the. I need you to roll on this a different way.
Yes, of course.
I need you to roll according to your wisdom.
Okay.
And so you're gonna add your wisdom bonus to this.
Okay,
sorry.
so that's a +1 instead of a +2 to the dex.
I apologize. Your high stat when it comes to your magic. You use your intelligence for your magic, right?
I believe so.
Not your wisdom. Like a paladin uses wisdom for magic, and an artificer,
Yes.
I believe, is intelligence, same as a wizard. So you're gonna actually add your intelligence bonus on this, and this is gonna be
yes, I do. Sorry.
Arcana bonus specifically. That's an
It
intelligence.
says my spell attack is a +4. So my modifier is a +2, but my spell attack is a +4.
Add a +4 to your d20 roll then.
Okay.
But you have to get a 20 to do any damage.
It's a freaking doorknob. Okay, I trust you.
Oh, wait, are you doing it just specifically in the doorknob?
Yeah, I'm aiming for the doorknob, hoping that the acid, eats through the doorknob and we can just push the door.
Well,
open.
in that case, if you're doing it just to the doorknob and not the door itself, that's
Oh, yeah.
actually only going to be a 10.
Okay, great. So I have to beat a 10. I'm using a +4 mod. Let's switchy the camera, which is a thing that artificers say. Trust me on this. Ooh, 10 + 4. I got a 14.
So you melt that doorknob off. It turns into liquid. It sizzles on the ground. And similar to role players, since I have to be specific about this, it's like the movie Alien. Not to the characters, to the role players. It's like in our world, the movie Alien, where it seeps through the next floor.
Oh.
So, and you hear a ah somewhere else.
Do you hear that?
Below
That
you.
was success cheering me on, Sam. That was fate.
So, but the doorknob is now gone.
I pushed the door open.
So the door opens.
Oh.
And inside, you see a desk. This desk is made out of steel. On it, you see a name tag, like a name stand that teachers have, and it says Professor Tzandro Kavalant. And there are books on the shelves to the left, and they have a bunch of cobwebs on them, lots of different alchemy books, and other various general kinds of magic books. You also see about 5 copies of Kavalant's Alchemy, which is Kavalant's book that he wrote, and you see a chair to your right, like a guest chair, and it has like what seems to be very newly worn robes. Like someone just tossed them there, what it seems like. And the chair that's behind the main desk, it actually has just this like little, like you look on the seat of it, and it has like this little puddle on it. You don't know what kind of liquid it is, but it's a puddle.
Oh.
What color is it?
Again, no one's in there but you two. What color is it?
Yeah.
From what you see, it's clear, but there is a tint of yellow to it.
I'm gonna cast detect
College.
magic.
What's that, Sam?
I'm gonna cast detect magic. It's gonna cost me a spell slot, but
Okay. Are you sure?
yeah. Do you think I know what it is before I do that?
Do you think you know where it is or what it is?
Or what I'm looking at? What it all is?
You won't know that unless you cast detect magic.
Unless I cast it, so I gotta do it. Yep. All right.
So you cast it. Can you explain how it works real quick?
Yeah, let's do that. Detect magic from further durations. You sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in that area that bears magic.
Okay, so you cast it.
Yep.
Okay. So it costs you a spell slot, so you can't use it for the rest of the day, I believe.
Yeah, I can only use cantrips now,
yep.
basically.
Right now, yeah, unless you prepare it for the next day.
Uh-huh.
So, you do notice there is magic by the robes.
Really?
It's not undead magic. It's an aura, but it's not undead. And you hear a very familiar voice go, Donnie, is that you?
Sorbo!
I can't see much, Donnie. I don't know what happened.
Where are you?
I'm right next to you.
Huh?
I'm right next to you. I know you can't see me, but I'm right next to you.
I've detected your magic.
I can't really see that well. You look real blurry. Wait, are you sure you're Donnie? You look like that dwarf I used to teach long ago.
What in the world happened?
You used to date Raylum, right?
Yeah. I can't believe you remember that. It's been like...
Lavishin hated you, right?
We don't have to get into it, but yeah.
Quick, tell me. What was my favorite dessert to eat?
Skittles. You got it out of the back of the library. You just stuck out your hand, and I'll be like, what the hell is that? It's like rainbow. And you're like, it's on from a different dimension, Donnie. It's from a different dimension.
My favorite rainbow rice. I remember you.
That's right.
You told me what name that was. I just called it rainbow rice. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. And you're right. That is my favorite dessert. Donnie, something bad happened to me. I'm not dead. But my body is somewhere else. I've been separated from my body.
It sounds like you've been listening to too many They Might Be Giants.
Sorry,
Who's
Professor.
that?
This is my best
Exactly.
friend.
Hello. I'm not his best friend. I'm only saying that because I don't want to die. I'm probably his best friend.
He really wanted to learn from you, and I wanted to introduce him to you because he is a bit of an alchemist himself.
Well, I can't really teach any alchemy unless I'm my body, Donnie.
I understand this. We don't have to fight. I don't want to fight you. Where are you?
I don't want to fight you. I'm just saying I can't help you right now because I don't have my body.
Just like help me out here. Who did this to you?
Well, I can tell you that they are a very bad wizard. I don't know exactly who they are, but they were in a robe and they were about your height as well. And all I know is that they went back to the main tower, Donnie. They went back to Glarehold Tower. That's all I know. I don't know if they took my body back there, but I knew it was a female. It was a wizard, and they were your height. That's all I know, Donnie. Can you help me? If you help me, I'll help your friend. He wants to learn alchemy, right?
We will absolutely help you. I mean, I can't speak for Sam. I shouldn't do that, but I will help you, sir.
Get me my body back, and I'll teach you whatever you want.
I'm afraid I know exactly who you're talking about.
Well, then get on it, Donnie. Help me, and I'll repay you somehow as well. So cut. Okay. We're going back to Zuki and Kelp.
Yeah.
Okay, Zuki and Kelp. You can tip me off on what have you been doing. Go ahead. Go. I'll yes and you as long as it's nothing too crazy.
I feel like we left the area that we were at that we got the cupcakes in, and we are kind of exploring / snooping.
Yes. Excellent.
Yes.
What do you think you've discovered?
Not much, but there are like these bunch of old like statues that Kelp seems to be super interested in.
Yep. They're statues of the ancient wizards that founded Arcanix.
Oh, big like old men.
Yep. Big old men. They're tiefling men, elf men, and you also see 3 half-orcs as well. All men. We see the tiefling wizard and Kelp kind of just like, hey, Zuki, check this out. Okay. So you go over to it as well, where Zuki is. And what you see is that there is a little compartment, almost kind of like a hinge on its calf, on its left calf. Again, it's all these statues are mostly naked wizards. They have capes and loincloths, and that's it. They're all ripped too, just rippling six packs, giant muscles and pecs, just and hairless, except for their heads.
They look like bros.
Hairless.
Yeah.
Like legs are completely statue shaved.
Kelp is like putting her hands on the abs, and she's like, "Oh, this is disgusting. I hate this. This is nasty. Oh, God, feels like lumps."
And while you're doing it, it shakes the statue a little bit, and the little compartment hinge on the left leg, like, just kind of swings open a little bit, and inside is a red crystal.
I grab it.
So you grab it, Zuki?
Yeah.
It feels very warm to you.
I rub it on my face.
It's very warm.
Zuki, stop!
Almost like hot tub hot. Like, not
Zuki.
like burn your skin hot,
I'm
but
fireproof.
Put
it's
that in your bag. Stop rubbing it on your face. Come on.
When you rub it on your face, it glows like deeper red, like brighter and deeper red, almost blood red.
What is this?
I don't know. It's a cool find, but if we're gonna take it, we got to make sure that we smuggle it out of here.
Okay.
So
I wrap it in
obvious
something.
Detect magic, or you get someone to check it out for you. You don't know right now,
Okay.
unless if you want to cast investigation, go for it. That's up to you, or not
Yeah,
cast, but
I'll-
like try investigation.
Yeah, I'll do investigation.
Investigation. Okay, cool. Well, to check what this is, you can go ahead and do a moderate DC, which is a 15, and do your roll D20 and add your investigation bonus.
I got a 15.
You recognize it from a memory that you had of Donegal Sand talking about what a Sparkix crystal is.
I'm gonna keep this for Sammy.
And what you remember about it is that it powers up a person if they know how to use it. They can. So in games terms, it will level you up one level. Anybody. It makes you stronger, and it makes you more purely who you are if you absorb it. If you know how to do it and you use it, it can level you up one level.
How do you do
Sparkix
it?
crystal.
And I don't know how to do it.
You don't know how to do it right now, but you know that's what it is. You know it's a Sparkix crystal.
I got an idea. I'm gonna hold on to this.
Excellent.
Actually, I'm gonna take Kelp to like a little corner to like whisper.
You go to the little corner, and you have privacy now to whisper.
Yeah. So like Sam's ex-lady?
Yes, I'm familiar.
She says she'll teach me something really cool.
What?
Yes.
No, you can't be wheeling and dealing with that skank. We have to
fire.
No, we can get fired down the road. We still have many adventures left to go on. Why would you waste it? Don't waste your beautiful crystal and taking it to her.
No, I gotta give it to Sam.
Okay.
And then he has to give me a copy of his dissertation.
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 Wait, you're gonna take the dissertation to.
That's in character.
Yeah. No, I figured she'd say it like that too.
Yeah.
Wait, you're gonna take the dissertation back to this lady you don't even know? You've been traveling with Sam from.
I'm gonna have him make a copy.
Oh. Wait! If Sam does it, doesn't that mean that the magic will transfer? What if one of us did it? If one of us made a copy of the letter, then we kind of dot all our I's and cross all our T's. There's no transfer of any magic. I don't know how magic works. This is just how I assume it does.
So just so you all know, this is me as your memories popping in your head. The dissertation is it's like the size of a small manuscript. It's like this thick. And it's like
scroll.
regular computer paper size in our world.
Okay.
It's in right now. It's in Donegal Sands pack, and it's in a one of those like filing, like tying a string on brown expand by fan filing case right now.
Okay.
So that's what it's in right now. It's in Donegal Sands pack though.
Okay.
What kind of magic would he be giving her?
I don't know. I don't know anything about this world. I don't know anything about
I just
this
thought it was a
magic.
piece of paper.
I did too, until I remembered that it was a giant ass book. Which I should have known because it's a dissertation. Okay, all right. Let's just talk to Sam about this. Let's just figure out what he
He's
wants
our best
to do.
friend.
He's our
He's a close friend. He's a buddy.
He's an acquaintance, just like all of you are acquaintances. But let's go back to our fellow acquaintance and let's figure out what we need to do. And just
But I have to go alone.
don't tell Sam about the crystal, the Sparkix just yet.
Okay.
Just keep it hidden. Just tell him that you want a copy of it and see if he can whip up something. Maybe one of these other magic ding dongs can get it to us lickety split.
But I figured I could like trade it with him.
Maybe.
The crystal?
No, don't tell him about the crystal yet. I don't think you should. I think you should keep it until like it's needed. I don't know.
So while you're doing that, someone hears you whispering awfully suspiciously, and they come over to you. And they're a medium humanoid. You're not sure what race they are, but they're medium humanoid. And they come over to you and be like, "Are you two students here?"
We're discussing gossip.
Yeah. So what else would students do?
Well, they would be wearing their robes. What year are you?
4.
This person, too, just so you know, they have a white mohawk, and they have similar goggles that Hux wears on their head. No sleeves. They are about 5 foot even, and they have a bunch of tools. They have a tool belt and lots of tools stacked in their belt. And there is this like almost kind of looks like a compass rose, but it's round. Of course, it's 3D, not like a regular compass rose, but like it's like this like golden compass rose looking shape that's kind of like hovering around them too. And so yeah, I need to see some student IDs, please.
We're here with Donegal Sam.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I need to see some IDs right now.
Oh man, I left our IDs in my other robes. We'll just go back to our common room and get them.
We'll go get them.
You stay right here. What's your name?
You don't need to worry about my name. I need
to
know who you are right now. I am one of the staff here at Arcanix, and if you don't tell me right now, we can go outside and talk about this alone together on the deck.
I will use my persuasion.
Okay. So what are you trying to persuade them to do?
We're here for important business.
Okay.
We're allowed to be here.
So this person, they have it's a male, by the way. This guy you're trying to persuade them. They have a +2. So I'm going to roll that first and see what you have to beat. So a 12 plus 2 is 14. You have to beat a 14 to persuade them.
Nah. I can't read because it's dark. I got a 15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay, so you persuade them. They're like, okay.
My finger guns.
All right. Yeah. You seem believable. Okay. Well, I'm sorry I hassled you. It's my second week on the job, and I kind of messed up last week, and I'm just kind of anxious to do a good job here.
You're doing a great job.
I'm supposed to be a teacher, but like they put me on security duty. I don't understand that. So I've never done any type of security before, and I just want to get to my first class, but they said I had to do like security duty for a month before I can even like be a teacher's assistant for one class after a month? I don't understand.
How'd you mess up?
Well, there was these couple of kids that were running around, and they weren't students here, and they ended up stealing a couple of the Sparkix crystals, and they...
How dare they?
I know, right?
Fuck,
like,
dude,
then why would you take something that doesn't belong to you, and it's here at this school?
Man, that...
And so many
rude.
people pay really good tuition here, and I just don't... Anyway, long story short, I assumed that they were students. They seemed believable, and they end up like running away, and they got caught at one of the local taverns down at the village down below, and they traced it back here, and then they traced it back to me that it was my shift, and then I got a warning that if it ever happens again that I'm fired, and there's just no hope for me to be a magic professor at all. So
Well, I
again,
believe
I'm
in
sorry,
you.
long story, and I'm really sorry I bothered you both.
Nah,
you
bro,
seem
that sucks.
like honest people. So.
I believe in you.
I think we got to get to an activity. So I think we're going to head out, but good
For our
luck.
professional
Nice.
stuff.
So
Cool.
good luck with everything though.
Professional
So
stuff. Are you two teachers?
No,
no, we're students.
we're traveling magicians.
Yep.
Oh, are you applying to the school, or are you here to do
We
a campus
might.
tour?
We're just checking it out.
Figuring it out,
Oh.
looking at all of the
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, let me know if you need help. My name's Roy, and I'll be out and about, just kind of scanning the area, protecting this place, and hopefully, if you end up teaching, or if you end up, maybe you'll end up teaching here too. If you end up studying here, maybe I'll be able to teach you some cool artificer stuff. So, yeah.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh,
All right.
yeah. That's awesome. Oh, wait a minute. Look at the time. We gotta get out of
All
here.
right, yeah, no
Let's go,
problem.
bye.
I'll
Let's
see you
go.
both later. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Ray.
So, Roy. It's Roy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
Okay. All right. So he walks off down the hallway, and he just kind of goes out of sight.
Kelp grabs Zuki by the shoulders and she shakes her and just like, keep that thing in your pocket. Don't
I'm
let it-
sweaty.
Me too. I'm also sweaty. I'm always sweaty. All right, we gotta go find Sam and Hux, and we gotta let them know about this. I think you should keep the Sparkix a secret, but if you want to tell them, that's up to you. That's your priority.
So, cut back to Sam and Hux. Remember you just talked to the apparition of your former professor, Professor Kavalant, and you remember what he told you? Basically, what he asked you to do.
Yeah.
And you remember your lead?
It's
No.
it's someone dressed in just like, or that's my height in a robe. So it's safe to
Female.
assume female. So does Donegal Sam? I was playing it like he knew that it was Morellum.
Could be.
Could be.
He doesn't
So-
know. Kavalant honestly doesn't know.
Okay, so this is my assumption then.
Question.
Yeah.
For
What
no
do you do?
reason at all, Sam.
Yeah.
How many artificer teachers are there here at Arcanix?
Oh, that's a good question. Because
You would
I
know,
only
Sam.
think I would. There's 2. So let's go to the other one.
Oh, okay.
You know their names, Sam.
Yeah, it's
Does the other one have, a silver mohawk?
it's the silver. Well, when I went here, it was silver, and the portrait I saw was silver. I don't know what they look like now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
their name, of course, is Barback, and they scare me. It's very intimidating.
Well, then maybe. I was just asking because I thought it odd that in the previous scene, which I was watching unfold in my subconscious, I suppose.
How are you able to do that?
I wasn't. I just wanted to make sure I was.
If you want to figure out how you're able to do that, I'm very willing to do that with you.
I have a lantern.
But I'm
that
not gonna
I've
just
been-
say it just happened.
I have an artifice lantern.
You do?
I do.
Let me check your character sheet.
Oh, damn. Alright, he's gonna do that to me. I was just trying to be fun.
Unless you have a practical way where it would be able to be figured out.
That's fair.
No.
Sorry,
but
I was really enthralled in the last scene. That's
magically
all.
make it make sense. Yes.
Okay, never mind. We'll have to talk to our friends about whatever their experiences might have been. Sometimes, Sam, I tune out to what's going on around me physically, and I could swear that I hear things that are happening to other friends. But I couldn't explain it to you, and it probably has no grounding in reality.
Try me.
I knew you'd get it. You always do.
So,
because we're best friends.
All of a sudden,
don't say that.
I
you
can't.
see Donegal, Sam, and Hux. So right now, you guys are in the hallway, right outside of Kavalant's office. And keep in mind the door is kind of like swinging almost shut, but can't fully shut because the doorknob got melted off. And you two are confronted by 2 dwarven wizards. They come up to you and they go, "Hey, what are you two doing here?" And they're both in black robes, fully black robes, and they also have a little rope around their necks. It's sort of almost kind of in our world. It almost kind of looks like one of those like graduation ropes that you wear if you like made an honor roll. But they kind of stop at the chest right here, and they're silver. So they're not usually the senior year students wear all black robes. They don't wear the silver cords, but they have silver cords, and they're kind of connected by like a flat, another flat cord, silver cord around their necks. And they don't look like, they look like much older than the normal senior year students. Could be students, but they look much older. Again, they look like they're around your age, Donegal, Sam.
I'd like to transform into the one that's closest to me, and then say, with an intimidation.
Okay.
With intimidation, I'd like to say, "I'm your worst nightmare." You.
So you're rolling, right?
Oh.
Yes.
By the way, anybody who wants, you can just say you intimidate them, and I'll ask you to roll or not.
All right, I intimidate.
So go ahead and roll for intimidation. This
all
one,
right.
You're gonna have to roll against their. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and roll against their wisdom on this. So it's a +2.
Okay.
19 plus 2 is 21. You gotta beat that with your intimidation bonus.
What?
It's possible.
Fine. Oh, well, easy for you to say. I'm level 1. Which is a thing that we say in the artificer world. It has absolutely no bearing on the world around us here. Ooh, 14 plus. Not gonna do it, am I? 16. Take that, buddy. I still transformed into him at least. Or
so you do not intimidate him, but you can totally.
That's what I like about shifting is I don't have to roll for it.
Yes.
Melee mats.
You don't have to roll for that. Oh yeah. the viewers at home can't see it, but you guys can see that. So you guys, you guys might be approaching a battle, so.
Oh hell!
What? Just us two?
Maybe.
We've got this.
Can I just?
Real quick before we proceed, I gotta check. Did Zuki and Kelp decide to leave the floating island where they're at and go back to the village, or did you decide to stay there and hang out? And because you're talking about getting the dissertation, so I just wanted to check in what you guys decided to do.
Yeah, I think we're heading back.
We were gonna go find them.
Yeah.
Cool.
Excellent.
So you're on your way. Gotcha. You're on your way. Okay, so you did not intimidate them, Hux, but you did decide
Story of my life.
So there's one with a hood. There's a dwarf with a hood. One has a blonde hair, blonde beard. And he has a, in our world, we call it a man bun. And the other one has a red beard, and they have their hood above them, like hood on their head. So you ended up changing into, which one did you change into? The one with the man bun, one with the hood?
I'm sorry, which one was standing directly across?
The man bun.
But then I'm man bun now.
Okay, okay, you're the man bun. So yeah, you look exactly like him now. I don't have an extra miniature for that, but we're gonna just assume that you look like him. You guys can see that right now. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the battle cam on, and they're gonna go, you know what? We're going to turn you all into little squirrels, and we're gonna play with you. So roll for initiative.
Sounds like fun.
We
Sounds
both
like
have.
a
Just you
freaky
two,
night
Sam and
on the
Hux.
first date.
We have to. Damn it, Hux. I could have just asked them if they knew where Barback was.
And then the one with the man bun goes, you know what? You look real handsome right now, but I'm handsomer.
Oh no, I'm mad. Okay.
Spoken like a true narcissist.
All right. So I'm gonna roll for these guys. Okay, so
I always forget I have -1 for initiative.
Oh no!
Yeah, I have a 12.
okay, hang on to that number.
Okay.
Hang on to that number. Let's see here.
Hmm.
So this would be 4. Okay. Man bun.
Man bun.
Okay. So that one's there. And hood. He rolls a. So the man bun guy rolled a 4. So don't feel too bad. So, but the other one rolled a 20, an unnatural 20, but a 20.
And Hux rolled an 11 right there.
11.
Plus two. Sorry, so 13 total. I was zooming in on it for the viewers at home.
Okay, so Sam, what was yours again?
It was a 12.
A 12. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And then Hux, what was yours?
13.
13. Okay.
Yes. 13. Take a look.
Alrighty. So magic battle. Just checking in. Okay, so Hux getting AC at 14. What's your HP? 9.
Yes.
Okay, Donegal Sam AC 9. What's your HP?
9.
Okay, cool. So the first one goes forth is the hooded wizard. So he's right here, as you can see on the battle cam, and he's going to go straight up to Hux, and this guy is going to do the mage rights. So this is he's going to do spell casting. It's the mage rights spell casting ability. Let's see here. It's intelligence. Blah blah blah. To cast one of its rituals, the mage right must provide additional material components whose value is gold pieces. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so he had 20 gold pieces. Sure, that makes sense. So then he's going to cast. Let's see here. At will mage hand cantrip. A special floating hand appears at point you choose, which is you, Hux, within range. The hand lasts for a duration or until you dismiss it, and as an action, the hand vanishes as if it were ever more than 30 feet away from you, or if you cast the spell again. So what this does is it causes you. If it's so you have to do a save because I don't have to roll on this. You do have to do a save of it's a wisdom check for you. So you have to get an AC of 10 to dodge it and add your wisdom bonus to it.
All right.
If you don't, I'll tell you the consequences.
And as I do this, I look at him as himself, and then I transform back into myself, and I say, "Are you trying to give me a hand job right now?"
Because he screamed mage hand.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll your defense.
Oh, 16 plus 1, 17.
So you dodge his mage hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. I don't take hand jobs from strangers, friend.
There may be children watching us. Anyway, not made for kids. We're not responsible for that. There's a disclaimer.
What's wrong with you?
Anyway.
Watching your kids have this.
What's wrong with you?
Having your kids watch this.
Anyway, so the mage hand fails. And now it is Hux's turn.
Oh, excellent. I'm gonna hit him in the face with my quarterstaff.
Let me see if I can get the camera to focus a little bit. So you're gonna just do a melee attack on him?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna try acid splash again. That would be silly.
One day.
One of these days, you're darn right.
Do you stay right here where you are?
Wait.
This is the office that you guys were just in. This is the hallway, just so you know.
Yeah, if I'm right in front of him, I'm not gonna move. I'm just gonna beat the snot out of him.
Sure,
I'll move
okay.
after I hit him.
Okay, then go for it. His AC is 11.
Oh, good. That'll be easy to hit. Nice and doughy. Oh. 6.
6
Total. That's with my modifier.
So you hit him. He feels a lot more sturdy than you anticipated.
Ooh, good core.
Thanks, I was flexing.
You're trying too hard, friend.
Wait, I forgot. I gotta switch these guys around. The same guy. It's just the miniature needed because the man button was right in front of you. So there we go. All right. So that's Hux's turn. Would you like to move at all?
Yeah, I'd like to shimmy back 2 spaces, please.
Two spaces? Okay.
Directly back. That way, if I have to, I can duck into that room and hide.
All right. So it is now Donegal Sand's turn. What would you like to do, sir?
You know what I want to do? Acid splash.
Nice. Hood or man bun? This is Hood.
It says here, how far away both of them are they?
So you're right here. So this one's only 10 feet away from you. And this one's only 5 feet away from you.
Okay, so they're both within 5 feet of each other?
They are both within 5 feet of each other, yes.
Because it says here I can aim for both of them.
From where you are right now?
Yeah, it says you hurl a bubble of acid, choose 1 or 2 creatures you can see within range. If you choose 2, they must be within 5 feet of each other.
Sounds good. So you're going to attack both of them. Excellent.
Attack both of them with acid splash.
Nice.
Okay.
Do they do a save at all, or do you just cast it?
Let me see. Dex 13.
Dex 13?
Yeah.
Okay, so they have to get a check of 13. So they both have +1 Dex. So they're going to basically try to nimble dodge it. Okay, so they have to get 13, so I'm rolling for Hood first.
Okay.
It is a 15 plus 1. So Hood dodges it. Now I'm going to roll for Man Bun. So Man Bun's rolling 10 plus 1, which means he gets hit. He gets splashed.
He gonna get it. All right.
He gets splashed. What's the damage?
Damage is, let's see, 9.
9?
It's 1d6, but I have a +3 modifier.
Yeah, I believe you. I'm just surprised. It's a good hit. So
See that? You give a hand job, you're gonna get messy.
So you
Sorry.
You kill him. Do you want to describe it?
Okay. He
go nuts.
It goes from the top of his head, and he's like, "Oh, he missed me." But then, like, he just starts melting from the top of his head. His skin kind of, you know how when you have chicken, right? And you boil chicken or you barbecue chicken, and the meat falls off the bone. It's exactly what happens here. Like, the meat just falls off the bone, and it's all green. And
like pulled chicken.
Yeah, like pulled chicken, and you just see like a smiling like skeleton, and then like you see his outsides just come off like a costume, and there's just a skeleton left, and it's like shaking.
Ooh, save me a femur. I have an idea.
Excellent. Then the skeleton crumbles just collapses on the ground. So he dead.
Him dead.
That's a skeleton on the ground. Hood goes, ah, Charlie. His name's Charlie, the boy Charlie. Yeah, he was 10 days from retirement. No, Charlie. So now it is. Would you like to move, Donegal Sam? Crack open a beer, like.
Okay. Oh, that acid splash was super effective. I don't know if I want to like melee this dude right now, so maybe I'll just like back up to where Hux is.
Gotcha. Okay, so 2 spaces back.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you guys are side by side now.
Yeah.
All right. Now it is so Man Bun's gone, so I'm removing his little tag here. All right. So now it
Damn
is
straight.
Hood's turn. So Hood's gonna come up to. Let's see here. 1 second. I'm gonna pull this spell up here.
Wow.
So he's going to cast spells.
Fire Twilight.
One second, sorry. My D&D Beyond's being kind of weird. Okay. So actually what he's going to do is he's going to go straight up to you. So his speed is 30 feet. And he pulls out a dagger. And
Oh, getting real.
he's going to try to stab you. So he rolls, let's see here, an attack +3, and your AC is 9, right, Sam?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
9.
So he's going to try to stab you. So it's +3 on his attack roll. Here we go.
Do I have to roll?
No, you don't. Not for. He's not doing magic this time. He's trying to stab you.
Okay. I can't like try and dodge it. I guess I already moved, so I can't. Okay.
Yeah, you already moved.
Right.
So yeah, he's like, this is for Charlie, and so it's a 10 + 3, which is enough to stab you.
Ow.
So the damage for that is 1d4 + 1. So 1d4. It's 3 + 1. It's 4 damage
Ouchie.
to you, which is almost half dead for you, Sam.
It's half dead. Yeah. Okay. So. Damage.
Okay.
So, did you say 4? 4 damage?
Yeah. So now you're at 5 HP. So go ahead and mark that on D&D Beyond.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. So now you're down to 5 damage. Down to go, Sam. Whew. That's an owie.
Owie.
Now it's Hux's turn.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm all excited now, and I'm gonna acid splash. Sorry, I just bumped my mic.
You're gonna acid splash. Okay.
Hell yeah.
So right before you acid splash,
Oh.
you hear the elevator door open, and out of it, you can hear like laughing and like chuckling, and it sounds kind of scary. The lights also kind of go dim again, and they flicker back on, and you notice that these 2 figures that approach are none other than Zuki and Kelp.
Oh, thank God. I thought it was more.
We just go.
Zuki and Kelp, could you two, if you'd like to join the battle, would you roll initiative, please?
Rolling. Okay. I rolled a 14 for my initiative.
14.
13.
Yes.
And 15 for Zuki.
13.
13 and 15 for Kelp.
Yes.
Okay. So, okay, right now.
If we are joining this battle, sorry, I didn't know if we would be taking a break this soon, but I need to go get a charger for my computer.
Oh,
Give
yeah.
me 1 second.
Go for it. No problem. Okay, let me just adjust this here. Hux, if you want to do your attack, go for it. Acid Splash, right?
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool. What's
Acid Splash Party? My favorite.
So you're just doing it to Hood. Okay.
Uh-huh.
What is the save on that?
It says a dexterity 12.
A 12? Okay, so they have a +1. So they gotta roll. Try to save a +1. 13 plus 1 is 14. So they dodge it.
Okay.
Quick. Okay, cool. So Hux just did Acid Splash, but Hood there, the hooded wizard, ended up dodging it.
This is why I don't Acid Splash. Sam, nice job. You, sir, know how to Acid Splash.
Okay.
So now it's Kelp's turn.
You'll know.
Okay. First of all, Kelp looks like the skeleton with the meat, and she was just like, "What are you guys making, chicken?" And then she realizes, okay. So she whips out her trident and chucks it at the hooded figure.
So you're gonna throw it?
Wizard. Yes.
Okay, cool. Do you know what the attack bonus is if you throw your trident?
Oh, if I throw it, I do not know.
Okay, so it would be a dexterity bonus.
Okay, so
you can
then
throw it. Just go ahead and add, instead of your regular attack bonus, what's your dexterity bonus?
It's just 0. Sorry.
It's just 0. Okay, so it would just be a straight up, it just wouldn't be a bonus on it.
Great.
And you're proficient, though, with this, so you would add at least 2.
Okay.
So you're going to roll a d20. You're going to add 2.
2.
The guy's AC, the hood guy's AC is 11. So you have to get an 11.
Okay. Oh, we got a 12 plus 2, 14 total.
So you... the trident goes right into his back. Roll for damage. Right. So this would be the same. So this would be the damage that you'd have, but you just add... What's your damage roll? Your damage bonus?
My damage bonus?
Because usually your damage is a different dice roll. It's not a d20.
Okay, so I needed to roll again, right?
Yeah, but we're going to be rolling damage. So I'm looking at your character sheet. Let's see, Kelp and your... Because the thing is, you're not adding... Because you're really powerful. You're really strong.
Right.
The thing is, you're not adding your strength to this because it was most about precision.
Sure.
So this is... So I'm looking at your character sheet. So you would roll a... You're going to roll a 1d... Okay, so yeah, you actually do have a throne. So it's actually 1d6.
Okay.
Plus 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're going to add just a regular d6.
D6, got it.
And then roll that and add 2 to it.
Cool. Oh, it is 6 plus 2, so 8.
So you're going to do 8 piercing damage to it.
Great.
Which he's still alive.
Okay.
And he has your trident stuck in his back right now.
Okay.
He turns around. He's facing you. And he just goes, "What the fuck?" The trident almost hits you in the face, Donegal Sam, but it doesn't, but it was pretty close.
Damn.
So it is now
Watch
Zuki's turn.
I'm gonna run up and kick him.
Kick him? Okay.
Or like, yeah.
Okay. Go for your kick. He has an AC of 11.
I only got 7.
So you did this like really cool kick in the air. It's super duper high, but it just kind of like
Misses.
Like gives him a nice wind across his nose, like vertically.
That was planned.
Are you able to do a second unarmed attack?
Oh yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll try to do
Monks.
that.
Dope monk shit.
9.
9. Okay, so that's all together with your attack bonus?
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't make it 11. So you do, was it a kick or a punch?
It was a kick, like I switched legs.
So you do like really cool switching kicks. It almost kind of looks like Karate Kid crane kick, but the other one the first one goes up and the second one goes up. Again, they make a really nice
I look really cool, and that's all that matters.
You look super cool, but none of them connect, unfortunately. But it was awesome to watch. Donegal Sam, it is now your turn, dude.
It's now my turn? Hang on.
It is.
It's still that one dude left?
Yep, still the hooded guy left, the hooded wizard.
Okay, and is he close to everyone?
He's close to everyone, and he's not facing you now. So if you cast something such as, well, if you cast anything really, or try to hit him with a melee attack, you have advantage.
I have advantage. Okay, well, I have my quarterstaff. I think I have it equipped. Yeah, I have my quarterstaff equipped. Yeah, so I'm just gonna hit him on the back of the head with his quarterstaff.
Okay, go for it. Roll twice and give me the top number.
Okay. Rolling twice. Okay. All right. 9.
9?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the top number?
Yeah, it's the top number.
With your modifier?
Oh shit, 3 modifier. 12.
12? Okay, that's enough. Yeah, you
Yes!
connect. Yeah, go for it. And then roll damage.
Roll damage with my quarterstaff. I gotta check. Quarterstaff. I feel so unprofessional because I don't know all of this off the top of my head.
Dude, that's
Hang
okay.
on.
Don't worry. We're all... None of us have to be perfect. It's okay.
3.
3?
Yeah.
So you kill him, too. Describe the death.
I knock him on the head, and he's like, I barely fit, and then it just splits down. It's just like his brother, just like his friend. His whole thing just kind of falls apart, and it splits right where I hit him, right, just right down the middle, and then like you see a little crack in his skull, but like all the rest of it just like falls down with his friend, and so his skeleton's just there. And I'm like, maybe the acid splash wasn't as effective as I thought it was. Should have just used a quarterstaff.
Very nice. So he's dead, and his trident, the trident that Zuki threw at him, is still stuck in his back.
Kelp did.
It does fall to the ground though, because his flesh doesn't keep it up, and it's mostly just stuck in his clothes. But you both have defeated these 2 wizards that assaulted you in the middle of this office, this wizard professor office hallway. So you win. Congratulations. So
Woo!
They each had 50 XP, which is divided between the 4 of you because you all participated in this battle. So that's 25 XP to each of you. So go ahead and add that to your D&D Beyond character sheets. And you should be 25 away from leveling up.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
25. Yeah.
So close. So
Not
close to level
quite.
2.
It's almost like you did that on purpose.
Wait.
Hang on.
20, you said, Deej? Gosh.
So you each get 25 XP.
25. Okay,
Mhm.
that's what I... Yeah,
Which should mean that you are 25 XP away from reaching level 2. Okay, so let me know when you're all ready. And just so everybody knows, we'll be taking a break pretty soon, but we're not there just yet.
All right, I might do this in my break. For some reason, my D&D Beyond is freezing, so...
Sure, you know what? I'm able to do it for you because I already have your sheet open.
Okay, yeah, for some reason, it's being super glitchy.
It might be because I'm in it too.
That also could be true.
Yeah. So Kelp. So I'm gonna go to your... Okay, and gonna go to your edit, manage, experience. So you're now at 275, 275. apply changes. All right, just added your XP there, Kelp. So now
Cool,
you're at
thank you.
275, 25 away from level 2.
Awesome.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and get myself out of that. That way you can make changes in the future. Click campaigns. Cool. Okay, cool. So now you defeated these wizards, and you all are now in this office hallway together. And yeah, you're now back together.
I can't help but think all of that could have been avoided.
I don't know how I wasn't here for the initial interaction, so we saw you guys in trouble and we came to save the day, so
Go us.
I don't want to point fingers, and I'm not pointing fingers here, but I don't know what they wanted, but they did definitely try to fight us, and they left us no choice.
okay, sounds like a win-win for all of us.
I just always feel bad.
Why?
I don't know that we didn't. It's always a potential friend, you know.
I feel like
Always a
I
potential
gained
friend.
experience.
Well, listen, I was going to say, you just skipped a step in your friendship phases. You know, I feel like you meet people, they immediately want to kill you, you befriend them, and then eventually they die anyway. You just skipped that middle part, which is truly like the diciest. You have to deal with a person, deal with a personality. Just don't beat yourself up, Sam. They came at us, friend.
You just hit me with a major epiphany.
Yeah.
I need to start taking responsibility for my actions. I need to be the one to do this from now on.
To do
I can't
what?
just. I can't keep naming my puppies. Or, I guess
Nice
a better analogy would be, I can't keep naming the sheep. But
That's fair.
but I love all of you. Anyway, I guess it doesn't matter. They're skeletons now.
Well,
Can
by
I
the way, can I pick up that femur?
Go for it.
Oh yeah,
The
do you guys
skull.
loot the bodies? And also, Kelp, do you take your trident back?
What's left?
Yeah. I walk over and I kind of just like, what's the opposite of shove? Just like yank it
Yeah,
out.
yank it, yeah.
Yank it out, and like all of like this blood and like skin rips out with the trident spikes on the end of it, and she kind of like flicks it to the wall, and like all the blood splatters on the wall, and she's just like, oh man, my trident's all dirty now, I gotta clean it.
I'd like to keep a femur from the second fella who fell, and I'd like to keep the skull of Man Bun.
Okay.
The skull of
Go
man.
for it.
Actually, I'm gonna forego the femur. I'm just gonna take both skulls.
So also, go for it. Take both
studying
skulls.
the effects of acid splash on the human skull.
Put them in your pack. And so you know, they both
I-
also had 10 silver pieces on them,
I don't need those.
and they both had quarterstaffs.
The quarterstaff better than mine.
No,
Okay, then no.
yours is way more durable than theirs. Theirs was used more for magic.
Are we
Instead of
playing
hitting
Breath
things.
of the Wild rules where like mine is like getting damaged?
No, fuck those
Okay.
rules.
Then
That's
I
one
don't
thing I hate about Breath of the Wild. We can get in my opinions Breath of the Wild later. Lifelong Zelda fan though, by the way.
I just finished it the other week, so
Congratulations.
thank you. I have a big void in my heart.
Check
Anyway,
out Fire Emblem 3 Houses. It'll keep you busy until death.
or Outer Wilds. But
or
now
Outer Wilds.
I hear that's good. I'm gonna take the silver pieces for sure.
So 20 silver pieces all for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make sure and mark these things on your sheets, by the way, everybody, because if you don't mark it down later, it'll just basically in the story it'd be basically if you just dropped them somewhere or
Just
left them
didn't have
somewhere.
them. Yeah.
So they may come in handy, especially your money.
Especially those skulls.
Also, yes, especially the skulls. Also, tip if you all, because Kelp, I think, for instance, not Kelp, Zuki, I think you've taken some damage earlier that you even healed
I
from,
did.
right? Okay, so keep in mind, you guys should have stuff in your packs that you had earlier that you could eat
I was
or
gonna
take,
eat it.
yeah, if you tell me you can eat it, just make sure and mark it off your sheet. You can like heal, like almost kind of like a potion in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I'll use one of my protein packs, which is 5 HP.
Yep, go for it then, and it heals you 5 HP, and just make sure and mark that on your sheet. And yeah, so okay, so 10 silver pieces to Sam. You guys lead the quarterstaffs. Now you both pairs are coming away with knowledge to tell the others. So
did you say 10 total or 10 each?
I'm so sorry. They each had 10, so you have 20.
There we go.
Thank you for checking.
That's fine.
So yeah, you both have had interactions, come-aways. You can tell each other, or you can keep it to yourselves. Either way, but just reminding you where you guys just came from. Both pairs.
Sam?
Yeah?
If I were to ask you to make a copy of your dissertation, how long would it take you?
To get a copy of it?
Yeah. Or to make a copy?
Yeah, there's a copy room.
Can you make me a copy of it?
Yeah. That's almost not even an ask. But I am wondering why you want a copy of it.
I want to read it.
You want to read it. The way you said dissertation makes me think that...
I don't know the word. I'm uneducated.
Also, Sam, just so you know in your head, the entire dissertation is written in runes. This isn't commonly known.
Okay.
It's like by advanced, like basically graduates of Arcanix would know.
Okay, I see.
All in runes. So this makes you wonder, like, why she's not gonna be able to read this.
I want to trust you here because you're my best friend.
And she studied at a monastery. She knows magic, but not the kind that you know.
Yeah.
As far as you know.
Yeah. So you're raised by nuns, basically.
Well, she studied to be a monk down south.
So you're raised to be a monk down south. I want to believe you, but that is kind of suspicious.
I have something. Cope.
What do you have?
Should I?
But well, now you have to, you dum dum.
So I have a glowy thingy. And you would know what it is because you talked about it.
It's a Sparkix crystal, Sam.
Yeah.
A Sparkix crystal. Can I trade you it?
Oh, hey.
Hi, Angus.
Sorry.
Does he want to say hi?
Well, he's heard a motorcycle outside. He hates those things. Hey, stop it, naughty boy. Hush your mouth.
Hey, thanks for the follow. For real is, did I pronounce it correctly? For real is, thanks. Oh, you subscribed. Thanks for subscribing. Wow.
Yay.
Thank you. Oh, it was a gifted tier 1 sub from J Danger 87 to For Real Liz. Thanks, J Danger. You're a true pal, a true fan. And gentleman, a scholar, a female, a lady, either one, you seem cool, J Danger. Whatever your identity is, you're awesome. What's that, Jay?
A person.
You are a great person, J Danger. 87. Awesome. Thank you so much for gifting that tier 1 sub. All right, so let's get back to business. So Zuki just offered a trade to dear old Sam, dear old Donegal Sam. It was a trade for a Sparkix crystal, which, quick reminder to everybody, viewers included, that a Sparkix crystal, if one knows how to use it, which Sam does, then you could level up your character a full level. A full level levels up your character. That's only if you know how to use it, and Sam does. And she offered it to trade with the magic dissertation because, and according to, as far as Sam knows, Zuki doesn't know how to read this dissertation, which is written all in runes. Generally, a lot of people who graduate from the college at Arcanix know how to read this. As far as Sam knows, she does not. But that's a trade, and Sam is yet to answer. And that's where we are.
So...
What would happen if someone had a hold of this?
Well, if they don't know how to use it, there's not a whole lot they can do with it. You can just hold on to it. But I do know how to use it, as you've probably guessed, or as someone has probably told you. So that would make me more powerful, for sure. But I can't take it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna hold on to this dissertation. Don't give me that face. Don't give me that face.
I need it.
Why do you need it?
I can get fire.
You know I can make fire, right?
But I can make fire.
You know there's a non-magical way to make fire.
But I want to make it magically.
Just throwing this out there. If you guys want to try something like, how do I say this? If you guys want to try to convince or intimidate each other, go ahead and tell me and I'll ask for a roll.
I don't want to do it to my buddy.
Yeah, she's my best friend.
Okay, then go ahead and take each other's words for what it is. If that's what you want to do. I'm just saying, if you guys want to challenge each other, let me know, like socially.
Hey,
what would happen if someone had your dissertation?
Well, I'm going to go deliver it. It's kind of on me to do this. It's sort of like my burden, and you can't take my burden.
But I was told if I brought it to someone, they would give me fire.
Who told you that?
Imaginary person.
Because if I'm not mistaken, and I'm sure a voice in the sky will tell me if I didn't see this, but I'm pretty sure that my ex took you aside earlier and told you something.
You don't know this for sure, Sam.
That's
a good guess, but you don't know that's for sure. Yeah.
I retract what I said.
Yeah, you can guess that, but you don't know it for sure.
Did my ex take you aside and give you this? Try and convince you to get this dissertation from me?
What would happen if she did? This is hypothetically.
Okay, hypothetically, that's what I'm afraid of. Because my heart is kind of like, I want to trust her.
Can you teach me how to use this crystal thingy?
I don't know, DJ, can I teach her how to use it?
Yeah. Yes, you can. It's actually, you can use it, but so really she doesn't know how to use it, but you can apply it to her.
I can apply it to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
So unless she learns some arcana herself, only you know how to do it, unless Hux knows. He has the ability to learn it faster than the other two, but you do know how to use it and you can apply it to her. Now keep this in mind, Zuki.
Is this a one-use thing, DM? Sorry, I didn't mean to hop on your thought. Is this a one-use type of stone, like in Pokemon? Oh, so we can't all.
Yeah, it's
I can't split it into 4.
Well, in that case, I grab the stone out of her outstretched arm.
If you're gonna do that, you have to roll for it.
I don't have it out.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Clever.
So I would ask for a roll for that anyway.
That's fine.
Which you could have succeeded. Yeah, it's a rare candy. Thanks, Shindiggity. Exactly, it's what we're thinking of. Rare candy in Pokemon. But only Sam can use it. So if you guys ever find any Sparkix crystals, Sam only knows how to use it for right now. and he can apply it to anybody, including himself. So if you want to use it, Kelp, you want to have Sam use it, or actually I'm speaking to Kuhnoodle right now as a DM. Keep in mind, you are only 25 points away from
I figured I was going to wait until...
Yeah. But if you do, though, keep in mind, you will be... you'll have the same amount of XP carried over. Now, granted, there'll be a bigger gap to level 3.
Yeah.
But you'll still have that same... You'll have 275 XP added onto the level 2. So really, you'll have 575 XP, which is not enough to... It's still a bigger gap. Anyway, you get what I'm saying.
So if I got to level 2 before I used it and then I used it again, I'd get to level 3.
Yeah. Yep. You'll be jumped up.
I have an idea, Azuki. I want to thank you, by the way, for being almost honest with me. I have an idea, and I'm trying to, like, maybe some of my more conniving teammates can help me out, but what if I didn't give you the dissertation, but I gave you something that was close, not a copy, but a counterfeit that wasn't necessarily the dissertation, and it had all the wrong information in it.
I'm all for this. Count me in.
All right, I'm trying to think.
Let's turn your
ex
ex into a frog.
DM
Who has
speaking.
a forgery kit?
Forgery kit's a good idea. DM speaking right now. This reminds me of Back to the Future, when it's like I told him this bomb, made him a bomb, but it turned out to be pinball machine parts. Anyway, continue. I just had to.
I subconsciously ripped off Back to the Future. Anyway,
I love it.
Theme
Just
tonight.
saying, I love it. I love Back to the Future. Keep going.
okay.
Anyway, so Zuki just mentioned, a counter. What was it? A counterfeit kit or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna
Forgery
do
Forgery kit, yeah.
is I'm gonna give you a forgery of it. Where do we find a forgery kit?
Some people have it in their kits, but I don't think
also there's shops
have
in the
one?
village if you want. Yeah, but somebody might have it if you check your inventory and your character sheet.
I'm looking.
Tinderbox. I have a mess kit, healer's kit, blanket.
I love that Jay lists all this stuff out. I was listening.
Rations. One day.
One day.
No, water skin.
I don't see one.
Hux. I'm too honest.
Put on my focus lenses.
because I'm not a rogue. I don't have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see one in here.
Guess we'll have to go buy one.
So
There's also
does
a
that
copy
sound like a
machine
plan?
Oh, we have the copy machine.
that you mentioned, Sam.
Can you copy it, but then like kind of alter it?
I mean, it's worth a shot, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So if you want to, Sam, you remember that down the hallway and to the right, because where you're facing, like you were, where you're fighting the guys,
Yeah.
it's behind you. So where you're facing the skeletons on the floor, you go down the hallway, and to your right, first door on your right, is the very small copy machine room.
Okay.
It is, again, for those that are confused by copy machines existing in Dungeons and Dragons, they do exist. In Eberron, it's just that they are powered by crystals, magic crystals. And no, they are not Sparkix crystals, if you're wondering.
Okay, should I get this in black and white or color?
Well, is there color on the paper?
There's some fun flourishes, but let's see.
Make it in color then. You've got to make it convincing, Sam.
Okay.
And then we'll kind of use some ink and like alter it a bit.
Yes.
Let's turn her into a frog. That's what I want to do.
I like where your head's at, but one thing at a time. We have to make this look almost identical. Okay.
So as you're figuring this out, you hear footsteps.
Do you hear that?
2 set of footsteps.
You guys, where is this coming from, DM?
It's coming from, so all of you are, so you have Sam, and you have Zuki in the copy machine little room, and on the outside of that door, it's like this. It's an open door. You have Kelp and you have Hux right outside of it. It's coming, so you can hear it mostly, Hux and Kelp, and it's coming from way down the hallway, from your right, and it's coming down the hallway from where the elevator is, where you all came from.
The Kelp like peeks her head in the door to the copy room, and she's just like, "Hey guys, someone's coming. We gotta hurry this up."
Okay.
It's gonna be Rob Schneider. Hey, Donegal Sam, making copies.
Hate that guy. All right, so let's do this. All right, so I make the copies, and then I'm like, okay, Hux, just I trust you to be the most deceitful amongst us all. It's a compliment. So just do with these and just have fun, okay?
I want you to know I take it as such, friend.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too.
I love you all.
No, don't love me. I can't die this soon.
Kelp, I love you. I can't help it.
Stop it.
Zuki, I love you. All right. So.
Oh, wow. Just like my extended family.
Just like my immediate family. Okay. Now let's look cool.
So
always.
The footsteps get closer.
Yeah.
Okay. Donegal. Sam is wearing his robes, right?
Sam is, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Kelp reaches in and just like, Sam, give me your robes real quick.
You mean like get naked?
Do you not have anything underneath your robes?
I have a just take them.
Okay. All right. And Kelp like puts Hux behind her and puts on the robes and is just kind of like, she kind of stands out in front of the copy room, you know, like she belongs there.
And there's a naked dwarf behind you.
So wait,
college.
so you took Sam's clothes? Let me get that straight.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but they're in the copy room, right?
Yeah. So here for everybody to see, to make this a little easier.
Yes.
I'm gonna pull up the
but I
battle
get
cam again.
a sense of
Suspicious if we're in the copy room and he has no clothes on.
So,
We're just making copies of his butt for a teacher. What?
Yes, that's what we'll be doing. They come in, sit on the copier,
Yeah.
and I'll hide behind it.
Oh God.
This dissertation just gonna have pictures of the butt.
so,
in these.
so if you guys can see, so that's where
no.
you guys are right now.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the copier right here.
All right.
Right there. And so Sam and Zuki are right up against the copier. The
Okay.
copier's right here. This is Kelp, and this is Hux.
Okay.
And there's like a 5-foot door right there opening right
Okay.
there. So
How-
this is a wall, so right here. So you're hearing the footsteps coming from over here.
Over here, yeah. Okay, so, but if I take his clothes and stand in front of the door, they're still not gonna notice. They're just gonna think it's like somebody working for the school just waiting on their copies to be done, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
maybe. I mean,
That's-
that's worth a shot.
that's the plan. That's the master plan that Kelp has in the heat of the moment. So she kind of shoves Donegal Sam to behind like the door. I see that there's like a door to the copy room.
Yeah,
right?
so it's open. So this door, it's
Yes.
folded open. It's like
So you
opening
even
on the
have to-
inside.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So this
So-
is a wall right here.
So yeah, she kind of like shoves this half-naked guy back behind the door and like goes back to like standing casually in front of the in the copy room and is just kind of chillaxing.
So now it's just Hux that's outside alone.
No. I'm outside. I'm outside the copy room, like not guarding the door, but kind of like standing in front of it.
Not like she's just casually there.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So it's just chilling right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're facing this way now, Kelp. And you
yes.
start to see, because again, the lights suck in this room.
Mm-hmm.
And they start. Do you have dark vision, by the way?
I don't think so.
I forget. I don't think shifters do have dark vision.
No, I don't. That's not something that's been brought up to me. So I would.
Yeah.
assume.
So therefore, you have normal sight. You have normal human sight. So which sucks. So it's hard for you to see. Oh, you do?
I do have dark vision.
Okay. So you do see what's ahead of you.
Okay.
And the footsteps you start to hear that are not natural, as in not organic.
Okay.
You start to hear it more clearly, and they sound like this.
Okay.
Is this Ronald?
Could it be?
Is it Nightbot?
It's a Nightbot.
Everyone, shut up.
It is a Warforged soldier,
Okay.
and he says, "Halt! Who goes there?"
Oh, just a student here, just making some copies.
Show me your identification now.
Oh, Kelp pats her robes down and was just like, oh, crap, I must have left them in my common room in my other robes. Sorry, I have the robes on. You know, where else would I've gotten a set of robes like these?
You and
I
your
didn't go
friends
here.
have 20 seconds to produce your identifications as students or staff of Arcanix. If you do not, I will terminate you all.
So,
Hux, do you remember what those dwarves look like?
20,
Which dwarves?
The ones we just killed.
19,
I turn into Man Bun!
18. You turn into what?
I turn into Man Bun, because I had already turned into him before he died.
Cool. 17. He's looking. He
Nice.
said he wanted identifications.
And I turn to him.
17.
And I remove the hood and I say, "Friend, it is I, the narcissistic professor."
16. I need identifications now.
I show
15.
him. I show him a thing. I show him something. What kind of identification does he want?
yeah, what are you asking for, my
He's
dude?
got my face.
Official
I work on this level.
Arcanix student and/or staff identification cards that has your official
Look,
picture and
friend,
your name.
Friend. Do a little robot scan of my face. and you'll
14.
see- Do a scan. Do a facial scan.
Did the guys have it?
You are a
have-
changeling.
I
A
think you
scan
melted them.
produces
I am
the
not
data
a
for a
changeling.
changeling.
That's not
13.
accurate. You need recalibrated.
12.
Oh,
11.
she kind of like looks at Sam through the crack of the door and is like,
10.
like, what do we do?
Did they have ID on them? Did we
9.
get that ID?
I'm
On their
like,
bodies?
I just took their skulls. I don't know that
8.
counts.
Put the skull in, and then maybe like have
7.
them do the. What am I saying?
Photo identifications. 7.
Your photo identification.
Oh god.
No,
I don't know
your
what to do.
photo
Kill 'em?
identifications. 6.
oh,
5.
Oh my gosh. Okay, do I have something?
He pulls
Have
his
we
sword
finished
out.
copying?
4.
Did you
Okay.
finish copying?
Spells.
3.
All right, so I'm gonna.
Zuki asked you a question.
Oh, what? Yeah, we're done copying.
2. 1.
oh, so Kelp leaps underneath the Warforge and like, I'll roll for this, but I want to do a leg sweep and like knock him down.
So if you do that, since it was at the 1, roll for initiative. If
Okay.
you are the first one, the highest roll, then yes, you can go do that.
Okay.
So go roll your number, hold it first. I have to roll for the Warforged too.
Okay. All right.
1 second.
Let me know when you're ready for me.
We'll do. Everybody roll for initiative too,
Oh boy.
and hold your number.
This was inevitable. He's going to level us up. Our dear God, DM Dash.
Go. Okay. I'm very upset that it's come to this. And I'm naked.
Okay. So okay, cool. All right. What's everybody's numbers?
Oh.
I really messed up.
14.
What was yours, Zuki?
14.
14. Okay.
I'm a 7.
7. Okay.
9.
9.
9. Yep.
Okay. Sam
14.
and Zuki's was a 14.
Mm-hmm.
Could you guys roll one more time?
Yeah.
Just tiebreaker.
Will my modifier be applied to this too?
Yes. Add your initiative modifier.
16.
16 with your initiative modifier. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 3
Okay.
minus 1 is 2.
Okay. You're still second. You're still second.
Yep.
And then Kelp,
Okay.
what was yours again? I'm sorry.
Originally it was 7.
7. Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah, and we're rolling again, right?
No,
No,
that was just
just me and
tiebreaker between
Sam.
Zuki
Oh,
and Sam.
God. Yep, no problem.
Um,
I just heard roll again, and then I grabbed my dice.
So
Yeah.
just double checking what everybody's HP is. Zuki, you healed up, right?
Yeah.
So you're at 10 now?
No, I'm at 9.
You're at 9? Okay.
Yeah.
Sam, what's your HP is still 5, right? You didn't take a protein?
Oh fuck! I didn't take a protein. Did I?
Doesn't show.
Whatever you say, I'll believe you. I know you're a trusting guy.
Well, it's 5. Yeah.
Okay.
No pressure.
And
Yeah.
Hux, you're at 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kelp, you're at 15 HP.
What did I just
And okay, cool. All right. So Zuki, it's your turn.
Oh.
Keep in mind you're in the copy room, and Kelp's and yeah, right there. But you're nimble enough where you could scooch on by.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do like a little somersault on the floor
Okay.
and like whack him in the legs with my quarterstaff.
Okay. Cool. Let's see here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's enough. Okay. It's a somersault ding, and you're whacking him. Is it head on or is it diagonal or on the side?
Yes, head on.
Head on. Okay. Cool. Roll your attack.
18.
Okay, he has an AC of 16, so that totally hits.
Okay.
Roll damage.
26. 26. These are new dice. So I have, okay. 26 plus 2. Oh, no, wait. Well, we were trying to decide that one time simple versus versatile. Oh, that was if I was doing it one hand, so I'm doing two-handed.
Mm-hmm. Yep, two-handed.
Okay, so then I'll need the 8. 100 plus 2. I got 9.
9. Okay, cool.
7 plus 2.
Yeah, if you did one hand, it wouldn't be as strong, but you still have a
Yeah.
chance to attack an unarmed attack too to
Yeah,
whack him.
okay.
So, sorry, what was your full attack?
I got 7 plus 2, so 9.
9 for damage. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
excellent.
And I kind of leap back.
Okay, so that was a really good hit. All right, so you leap back towards Kelp or this way?
That way.
This
No,
way?
I'll go back in the room.
Yeah, oh, nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's your speed?
30.
Okay, so you have one more space to move because you moved 5.
Well, I have a.
Oh, that's right.
I have my extra thingy.
Sure. What's the spaces? Is that 5? Like 25 feet?
I think so.
1, 2. You have enough at the very, unless it says otherwise. See, 1, 2, 3. I would say you would have enough to get at least back into copy, or maybe not back to where you were.
I have a dash.
Oh, okay. You can use that and attack
Yeah.
on the same move, right?
It says actions in combat.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I have a dash, disengage, and a dodge.
Okay, cool.
Or hide.
And you can attack at the same
Yeah.
turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you can go right back into. All right, let me push you back there. Excellent hit. Good job. Anything else, Zuki?
No, that's it.
All right, Donegal Sam, it's your turn to attack.
Well, I'm naked.
Hux, are you still there?
Oh, yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Your dice cam's on.
No,
Can
I
I-
realized that. Sorry.
Okay.
For my move, can I say, Kelp, give me my robes?
You can say it, yeah. As a non. Yeah, it won't cost you anything.
All right, Kelp. Yeah, Kelp. All right, yeah, Kelp gives him back.
Otherwise, I have 0 armor.
Fine.
That's the thing.
Fine. Kelp just like huffs and just like throws his robes back at his face.
Thank you, Kelp. You're my best friend. Okay, so where in relation to him? I'm behind 2 people, right?
You're behind Kelp, and this is the wall, and you're against the open door that opens towards the inside. Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to go around Kelp to get to him.
Okay, so I can't even really see him. All right, so let's
Yeah, you just kind of hear the Warforged on the outside.
Okay, so let me shimmy to where I am in sight of the Warforge.
Okay. So
And
here or here?
1 or 2.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
oh man, it depends on what kind of attack I want to do, right? Let's see.
This is 1. This is 2.
Okay. Oh, let's just go 1
Okay, so you're in 1.
and hit him with a firebolt.
Firebolt? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Go for
I'm
it.
gonna do that.
Solid.
What's the attack bonus? Or is it just kind of like a instant, like, phew,
Let's see.
and then he has to roll? Is it something where you just cast and he has to roll a saving throw?
It duration's instantaneous, 1 action. On a hit, the target takes 1d10 fire damage.
Okay.
So like, I don't even think he can dodge it. Is that right?
So yeah, so there's no saving throw on it at all.
I don't think so. Let's see.
Okay.
Hit DC, there's +5, but that's not what you're asking.
So he has
there's no
Warforged-
saving throw. Yeah.
So there's no saving throw information.
No. Yeah.
Okay. So he has Warforged Resilience. The Warforged has advantage on saving throws against being poisoned and is immune to disease. Magic can't put it to sleep. So fire would still be a thing on it. It still can. That's so it's strange. There's no DC on it, right? There's no saving throw DC on it at all.
There's no saving throw.
Wow.
No, this is kind of a.
Damn.
This is a crazy. I can't believe.
It's not butter.
I have to be doing something wrong.
Well, let me just double check. Let me
do
look
that.
at your sheet.
Okay.
Well, let me just look up the spell. What's the spell called?
Firebolt.
Firebolt. I'm not claiming, you don't know what you're talking about. I just want to double check. That's all.
I am claiming it. Not
okay.
to.
Firebolt. Firebolt. 1 word, right?
Yeah. Oh no, it's 2 words.
2 words.
Firebolt.
Okay. So 2 words. Firebolt. Okay. Spells. Firebolt. Bringing that up. You hurl a mote of fire at a creature or object within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, so it depends on the hit. On a hit, the target takes 1d. So you would have to roll an attack. 1d10 fire damage. A flammable object hit by this spell ignites if it isn't being worn or carried. The spell's damage increases 1d10 by when you reach 5th level. Yeah, it's later when you
Jcaster69, nice. It says make an attack roll for Firebolt.
So yeah, you'd have to roll. It's like a regular attack, like almost like you're shooting a bow or something. So does it say what your attack roll is?
Attack roll's +5.
Okay, so
right?
then you had to match his AC, which is 16. So
There we
roll
go.
your d20, add 5 to it. If it gets 16, you hit him.
14.
14?
Yeah.
Okay, so that does not hit.
You
But
don't say.
good try.
Thank you.
But that would have been cool though.
Would have been so cool.
Yeah. So yeah, now we know more. It's like a regular attack. You roll an attack roll, which is cool. Awesome. Cool. Excellent. Good shot. Didn't make it, but maybe next time. Anything else, Donegal, Sam?
Shimmy back.
Okay. You shimmy back to where? Towards Hux or back in the copy room?
Originally where I was. Yeah, the copy room.
Wait, what's your speed?
My speed is 30, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I hate that. No, 25.
Okay, so you have 2 spaces to move then. 1, 2. Right, so you're here. 1, 2, 3. So you have 2 more spaces.
Just stay put. I'm just gonna stay put.
Stay put? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hux, is now your turn.
Sorry, I
You're
like
right
to
here.
snack. I like to snack to counteract all of my anxiety when I'm
Snack?
playing. Yeah, whenever we fight, I get anxiety and I have to snack.
Okay. What are you snacking on?
It's little French bread tostino thingies and some jerky, cured by myself.
Nice.
Not actually. I didn't cure the jerky. I just thought it would sound fantastical. All right, so I see where I'm at. I see we're fighting a Warforged. So I really don't want to fight any more Warforged because I just think of Ronald.
He looks like Ronald. He sounds like Ronald, but be sure he is not Ronald.
No, I know. It's just the stages of grief. It's perfectly normal even for a changeling.
I am Nightbot 800. I don't know who this Ronald is.
Yeah. And I say, and I'm gonna kick your ass. I'd like to move. First, I'd like to move. So, because I'm behind everybody, I'd like to go dash from the camera's POV. I'm gonna use north, south, east, and west.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to go south 1 space. Yep. And then southeast another space diagonally. Yep. And then 1 more space east. So I'd like to move that 15 feet to there.
Here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I should be in range for Acid Splash. I'm not Ronald.
Yes.
Acid
Let's
splash.
try it again.
Hit him with an acid splash.
So let me see here. So he has to do a dexterity check and beat a 12
Okay. So
for me to hit.
Dex check, beat a 12. So he has a +1 for his bonus. 15 + 2 is 17.
Screw you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it.
Swear
for
to
me.
swear to the gods, it's 15.
Hi, here, Zoic and Marine. Don't apologize. Just have fun.
I'm rooting for you guys.
He's not.
So acid splash comes out and it just kind of falls right in front of you and squirts just a couple feet ahead.
I want to show Zoic and Marine my sleeves because he hasn't been able to have a day off to see our show yet.
Oh yeah.
I feel like he will appreciate my
buddy.
costume. Sorry. That's my turn. I'm gonna be quiet now.
No, that's great. I'm with you on the welcome. Okay, cool. So now it is Kelp's turn.
Okay, so can you tell me what's his total hit points?
You can roll for investigation for that if you want to know.
Okay.
If
Okay.
to see what its toughness is, and I'll transcribe it to you as the hit points. If you
Okay.
want to know that, this won't cost you your
Okay.
combat move. You're allowed to do this only if it's on your turn.
Okay.
This you would have to get a moderate DC check, which is 15, and
Okay.
add your investigation bonus.
Sure. I'm going to do that. Let me get my investigation bonus up. Okay. Awesome.
Yep. D2.
Well, I rolled a 1. So no
That's,
thank you.
Automatic, like you have no idea how tough he is.
No, yep, great.
Or,
Um
I don't fucking know. Yeah.
all right, y'all.
Natty 1.
Kelp is gonna completely shift. Okay.
Ooh. First
All right.
time.
First time, Kelp is gonna completely shift.
Could you
All right.
act out the transformation?
I will
Gosh,
not
she's gonna do it.
I will not act it out, but I will describe it in great detail.
Yes, please. Either one.
All right. So Kelp is doing an assessment, and she's seeing kind of her friends that are a little bit bullied, and she's seeing that the Warforged, and knowing Ronald, how tough Ronald was, and seeing Ronald get pulled apart by the King of Blades?
The Lord of Blades, yeah.
Lord of Blades.
Mhm.
She knows that she's gonna have to like pull out every punch she possibly can in order to get her friends past this Warforged and to get them to safety. So she shifts. And as she shifts,
It's kind of like an Animorph style shift. Like it doesn't look very good. It's very like gritty, and her nose, like her whole face elongates. Her skin gets black, and the one thing that really pops out is that her once white freckles become a bioluminescent green, and they glow, and they're all over this long nose. That her ears pop out. Her eyes are shut, but like all of her freckles along her nose are glowing. She's still in her trousers. Her clothes don't rip or anything, except her shoes do, because she's standing on like horse legs, like her back horse legs. Her tail pops out over her over the top of the back of her pants, and her hair goes super long and goes all the way down her back, and she's completely black from head to toe except for these white and
like jet
green
black.
glowing. She's jet black from white and these white freckles, white and glowing green freckles that are on her nose.
Whoa, dude.
So
You sound majestic.
Kelp also, her hands are a little weird because her fingernails become tiny little, like they elongate, but they become rounded at the end, and they almost look like little tiny hooves on each of her little fingers.
Phalange hooves.
And so so she shifts, and she gets in front of everybody, and she takes her hands, and she cracks every one of her knuckles, and then she grabs her trident and she points it at the Warforged, and she's ready to go. All right.
Excellent.
So I first off would like to just charge at him with my trident.
Okay.
And try to stab him directly in the middle of his Warforged chest.
Excellent. I know you're only at level 1 right now, and
Yes.
the transformation is totally what happened in the game for sure.
Yes.
In terms of game mechanics, is there anything on your sheet that says that enhances your attack at all?
I think it's +4, but let me double check.
It adds another 4 to your attack bonus?
I think so. Give me 1 second.
Sure. If it doesn't, it's possible that it doesn't right now until level 2, but if it does, awesome.
Is this considered rage? No.
So that would be your barbarian skill.
No. Okay, awesome. I
ability.
see shifting. Transformation can only last for 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
And when I shift, I gain a temporary. I gain 3 hit points.
You gain 3 hit points. Okay, so
Yes.
right now you were at 15, so now you're at 18 hit points.
And I also have an advantage on wisdom checks.
Okay, cool.
And no creature within 30 feet of me can make an attack roll with an advantage against me.
Okay, cool. Got it. Okay, excellent. Okay, so the attack bonus, that's awesome. But the attack bonus itself would be the same normal.
Nothing has changed.
Rage, too. Just to let you know. You don't have to, but because you're a barbarian, too. You can go beast mode.
Okay.
Like for really beast mode, and you can go metaphoric barbarian beast mode too. Rage. You could rage.
It's a great tie-in to the Skittles for the NFL fans out there.
Yes. So, do you want to do your trident attack, or do you want to rage first and then do your trident attack?
Oh, let's do a rage first and then do a trident attack.
What does your sheet say when you rage?
An attack bonus. My rage only also lasts for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I gain an advantage on my strength check and saving throws for a +2 melee damage.
Okay, cool. So you have advantage.
Yeah.
On your attack, and if
Okay.
you get it, you get an extra 2 to your damage roll. Excellent.
Okay, great.
So you're attacking him with your trident. Roll
Yes.
advantage now on
Okay.
your trident attack. Roll 2 d20s and add your modifier and let me know what the highest one is.
Okay. Adding the first one.
You have to get a 16 total for your armor for his armor class.
Okay. Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. So I have a 17.
Okay.
Plus. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I'm excited.
Yeah. The attack bonus is normal.
Okay.
But
so
yeah,
17.
the 2 rolls is higher. Yep.
17 plus my attack bonus is 4.
Plenty to hit him. Roll
Yes.
your damage now. What's your
Okay.
damage dice?
Wait, what?
So the damage dice is different. It's not a d20. It's something else.
Right.
Should be like maybe a d6 or d12 or something like that.
Oh, okay. I got you. I have a D6.
Okay, yeah. So roll a d6.
Okay. Nope.
Do the normal roll on it. Add what the normal thing is to it, and then we're gonna add another 2. So what is the damage roll? So this roll a d6, and then what's the bonus? Normal bonus?
4.
Okay. So roll a d6 and add 4 to it first.
Okay. Oh, so I rolled a 4.
Okay. And then what's the normal bonus?
And I think the bonus is 2. Okay. So 6 altogether.
So 6. Now add another 2 because you're raging.
So 8.
8 total 8. Hell yeah! So that was this was just amazing to all of you. You never seen Kelp do this before.
I whisper, "I'm in love."
It was incredible to see. She just and then just stabbed him really fucking hardcore.
My robes flew off.
So let's see, 7. Okay, so that's 6. Wow, holy shit!
Damn straight.
That was a huge hit on him. So he's like, oh, and there's like sparks around him, and he's trying to like hold himself together, and that like really fucked him up big time. And he's just kind of like staring at you, and you don't see emotions, like different like emotional expressions, at least physically, on a Warforged on their face, but you start to see his eyes flicker into a purplish, it flickers from purple to a light pink, and it's like flicking back and forth, and it doesn't look good for him. He looks, like I said, pretty fucked. Anything else, Kelp?
I can do another like a unarmed strike, right?
Only if it says you can. Usually that's a monk thing.
Okay.
Because you use 2 hands on that, right? On that trident.
It's a bonus action, a 2-weapon fighting. Okay, so
if you have 2 weapons, and if you're wielding 2 weapons, yes.
Yeah. I also have a dagger on me. Can I use that?
Only if you have something that allows you to do, because usually monks can do that if they're using a one-handed on like a staff. And
sure, but a trident is considered a 2-handed weapon.
Yeah, it's a 2-handed, and even if you're doing usually barbarians, unless it says otherwise, that you can do a bonus attack. Does it say a bonus attack at all?
I do not see that.
Yeah,
so
it would say bonus attack if you're able to. That might be something you have down the line when you level up. Or right now, if it doesn't say it, then that would be it for your attack.
All right.
But that was an awesome ass attack.
Yeah. Oh, I just ripped my trident out of his stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see more sparks coming out of him. Excellent. Okay, so now it's the Warforge's turn. So he looks at you, and he actually goes this way towards Hux. It doesn't look like he wants to fuck with you. So he's going to attack Hux, and he's going to do he's going to use his arm blade, which is his sword, but it's kind of connected to his hand, so it's considered an arm blade. It is a +5 attack to Hux's 14 armor class. So here we go. So he reaches up to swing his arm blade.
I do this to the Warforged. I don't even know if it has any meaning in our world, but I do it anyway.
Oh yeah, people do that in Eberron too.
Yeah, does it mean I love you or some shit like that?
It can mean something awful or something wonderful.
I see what you did there.
Just like the word fuck.
Just like it.
Also exists in Eberron. So he rolled a 12. 12 plus 5 is 17. That he makes contact with Hux.
Would you say it was final contact?
Well, I'm going to give you this choice.
I hope so. I sure hope so.
I'm going to give you this choice. I gave this to Zuki the other day, and I'm going to give this to you now. I don't do this often, so nobody expect it from me, but sometimes I feel like I can give you a choice on the damage. due to your just sheer will. It's so you can either take 6 damage, Hux, or you can have me roll a 1d6 and add 3.
I'll take 6 damage.
6 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're down to 3 now.
You got it.
So make sure keep your guys' your character sheets updated on D&D Beyond. That way the folks at home can hover their mouse over to the left side of the overlay of the screen, which is on my side, the battle cam side, and you can see the current stats of all of your heroes. So that is the D&D Beyond extension. No, they're not sponsored, but I like plugging them. Anyway, so that was nasty. That hurt. Owie. Fuck.
Woo!
Arm blade. Right to the chest. So now it is Zuki's turn again. What would you like to do, Zuki?
I'm gonna whack it with my stick.
So you're gonna go from the copy room over to him diagonally?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so are you gonna do a two-handed or excuse me,
I do
one-handed?
two-handed.
Two-handed? Okay, excuse me. So go for your attack roll.
Not hit him because I only got a 6.
6. Okay, that's okay. So you did a two-handed. Okay, so that doesn't connect. That's okay, but that was so cool. Anything else, Zuki?
No, I'm good.
You're good? Okay, cool. So now it's Donegal Sam's turn.
Okay. Oh boy. So, how far away is he again?
So you're right here. You're about 10 feet away from him.
10 feet away.
But keep in mind, Zuki and Hux are both in between you and the Warforged.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Nightbot 800.
And he's sparking right now, right?
Yeah. He got fucked up real bad by Kelp.
Oh boy.
I've done nothing.
Okay.
I'm here for moral support.
Now, earlier you said that he was impervious to what again? Not poison.
So he has Warforged Resilience. This applies to every common Warforged, which is the Warforged has advantage on saving throws against being poisoned and is immune to disease. Magic can't put it to sleep.
Magic can't put it to sleep. But acid isn't poison, right?
Acid is not poison. Acid is basically martial damage. I mean, it's not like piercing or anything like that, but it's not. It wouldn't be considered poison. It's not something to get in his bloodstream or anything, or his like his pipes.
Let's see if I can't acid splash him.
That's
Sure.
right.
Do you want to do it? What's the radius on the acid splash? I'm asking because your teammates might be affected.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fair.
And keep in mind,
Okay.
Hux only has 3 HP left.
I'm
If
fine.
If they're all
It's only a flesh wound.
they're all within 5 feet of this thing.
Yes.
All
of them.
So, okay, I have a couple other things up my sleeves.
And keep in mind, you can
see.
still move too if you need to move.
I know. I'm weighing my option right now. Okay.
Push
so
me out of the way.
okay, since he's so close to everyone, I'm going to go and try and do shocking grasp on him.
Okay.
So I'm going to run up to him.
Like here, 1, 2,
Yeah.
3.
If this is touch, right? Yeah,
Yes.
I have to go right up to him.
So right here, 1, 2, or 3.
Go up close.
One.
So like 1.
1 right here.
Yeah.
1 second.
I have to be touching him. Yeah. Am I Wolverine?
Are you Wolverine?
Is that the figurine? Is that
Oh.
Wolverine?
No, it's
Oh, okay.
kind of
Yeah, gotcha.
looks like him a little bit. Yeah.
From a distance and with bad eyesight, it's Wolverine.
Okay. It does kind of look like Wolverine from a
Yeah.
distance.
Okay, so with this, a melee spell attack against the target, you have advantage on the attack roll if the target is wearing armor made of metal. Okay. So, and he has armor made of metal, right?
Yep, he's made of metal. Yeah,
Okay.
he's
okay.
metalhead.
Okay, so I guess I have to make a melee roll.
So is it an attack roll, or does he have to do a saving throw?
Okay, make a melee spell attack against the target. You have advantage on the attack roll if the target is wearing armor made of metal. On a hit, the target takes 1d8 lightning damage, and it can't take reactions until the start of its next run.
So you do advantage because he's a metalhead.
That's right, metalhead.
Okay. So you roll advantage on that, and so this is go against his armor class, right? Yep.
Yeah.
So it'd be a 16.
So it'd be a 16. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have to roll a 16. Okay.
Yep. Advantage though.
Advantage, right?
And add your bonus to it.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Hell yeah. So whatever your damage is, roll twice.
Roll twice.
Yep.
Okay. It would be 1d8. So let me get this out. I'm so sorry. I should have had this.
No, this is exciting.
Ready.
This is great.
This is exciting. It's exciting.
Nat
Stop
20.
It. I can't
Pika 20, J Danger.
Okay, here we go. 1d8. That's a 5. And another 5. So, and they both, and with my modifier, it's 10 each.
So altogether 20.
Yeah.
So this explodes him. Do you want to describe it? Do you want to describe it?
I rub my feet on the ground. I go over to him.
Static electricity.
I grab him by the head like this, and he just bursts into just like all these bits of like of like lug nuts and nails and screws, and then like springs like come down there, and then like it's just like writhing also just on the ground. Just into a million pieces.
You defeated the Warforged Soldier Guard. Congratulations, everybody. What a fight.
We did it.
Excellent.
I dealt exactly no damage.
Same! Yay!
However, you all are awarded 200 XP to divide it between all of you, which is 50 XP each. Which means you all have now leveled up to level 2. Congratulations. So with that, make sure to add that to your character sheet, adding 50 XP.
Each? Okay, sorry.
You should be at 325, if I'm not mistaken. So, our heroes have leveled up to level 2. Amazing! New powers, new abilities, new skills, stronger and better than ever. HP all the way back up to max. Hell yeah. Still in that hallway. I'm going to go ahead and we don't really need that right now, though. Had this amazing battle with the Warforged that was not Ronald. It was just another Warforged. It sounded like Ronald, looked like Ronald. But was a Nightbot 800 and destroyed, gone, and that was amazing. So here you are still. Quick reminder, Sam and Hux experienced the apparatus of one of the teachers that Sam had in school, which was Tzandro Kavalant. He is not dead, though he's been removed from his body. And Zuki and Kelp, you two have come to possibly copy the dissertation that Sam has, which was what you were all doing in the copy room. And also a Sparkix crystal Zuki still has and Sam knows how to use. And yeah, feel free to proceed in how you will, or discuss how you will with each other.
Okay, where were we?
What time is it?
So in the game time,
Yeah.
it is about 2 p.m. So just afternoon.
Do I have to
I just love the idea of you just asking, like, "Hey, DM, what time is it?"
Well, there's clocks around, and you do see. To be specific, you do see a
Zuki
clock.
can't tell
in
time.
You see a clock in the copy room. Again, powered by Crystal. A small clock, and yeah, it's about 2 p.m. in the game world.
I'm trying to remember. Did she say I have to bring it by midnight or at midnight?
By midnight.
Okay.
So, Hux, are you able to do some mischief to this copy?
Yes.
I'd say get creative.
All right. Well, let's see. It's not as simple as that, Sam. There's nuance involved here. So
I know you're an artist.
let's think about this. If the outcome, see, I don't understand your runes here myself. Let's see. What's the rune for frog? Do you see here where you've got like the animal runes on the next to last page? I assume those are ingredients.
They appear to be, yeah.
All right. Well, good. I'm glad you remember all of college. I wouldn't trust you if you actually did.
40 years later, just now at level 2 wizard.
I know the importance.
Overachiever.
Better late than never. Better late than never.
Listen, the system
know
is
how to
not
read
built
Maybe
to
you
make
went through fake
effective
divorces
wizards.
in between there. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right. So right here, where I see the little, it looks like wheat or barley. It's a little stalk of some kind of grain. And we're gonna change that to a frog.
Okay.
And I do so.
All right.
That'll be good. Actually, I revise it and I change it to a frog's leg. No, we don't need the whole frog, just a frog leg, right? We don't want her to be too suspicious. And then let's see, going down the list of ingredients here, I also see some sage. Let's make that cilantro. What would be the rune for cilantro? Could you draw it for me?
Yeah, it's
Kelp, keep in mind you're still in horse mode.
it's a little.
Dude, I'm like, she's just standing there, like waiting for somebody to say anything.
It's a beefy horse woman.
As you can see, the rune for cilantro is just this wet container of vegetable.
In non-recyclable metals, I see that. Excellent.
Correct. You can't use this ever again.
Right. In our worlds, we haven't made polymers like plastic yet. I assume. All right. Excellent. And then let's see. Going down the list here. All right. You see this phrase that she's supposed to say here?
Yeah.
What does that translate to currently?
Well, it says alarum.
Which is
yeah, this is of course 500 rabbits.
all right.
Yeah.
So
Kelp,
we're gonna save some rabbits. Go on, Kelp. Yeah.
Kelp still has her trident out, and she does a flip with it and then connects it to her back where it normally is, and she walks up to Sam, and she's much taller now in her shifter form. She's like close to 6 feet. So she picks Sam up by his robes, and she kind of brings him up to her horse face, and she snorts in his face, and she goes, "How is this helping us?"
We have to give a counterfeit, so to hand off to make her think that we're giving her the real thing.
Right. Exactly. I'm with you.
We only have a few hours of this, and she drops.
We only need a few minutes, Kelp.
I thought we had 10 hours.
All I'm saying is, this is taking a long time, and we're
Only
not
10
getting
minutes
anywhere.
tops.
Keep in
What if
mind,
another-
just as a reminder in your guys' heads, you also are, the whole reason you came here is to deliver the dissertation to Lavishan as well, because Bolt, back in where Irontown, where you guys came from, hired you to do this. So you have to deliver the dissertation to Lavishan, and Zuki's trying to deliver at least a counterfeit to Morelum.
And I think that they should both get the counterfeit, Sam, but that's just me, and it's your dissertation, so it's up to you.
Now there's an idea.
So we'll make a second copy when I'm done forging.
We're gonna have to make a second copy then.
All right. So
can we make a copy of a copy with the copy machine?
Probably.
Copy machine.
And Zuki still has a Sparkix crystal.
Yeah.
Remember that it's like a rare candy in Pokemon. It could level you up completely.
Sam, how do you use this?
Even at level 2, can bring you up to another level.
I will say that usually when I forge documents, I charge at least 1 Sparkix crystal. So that is convenient. But we can discuss it later. You see here, Sam, where it says 500 rabbits, you said, right? 500
rabbits, right?
We're going to strike out the zeros. We're going to turn that to 5 rabbits. And then 495 feathers.
That is a severe deficit of rabbits and a severe surplus of feathers.
Right.
Yes.
How about 300-200 split?
Better.
All right.
Yeah.
300 feathers, 200 rabbits.
Dash?
Yeah.
The Warforge is still near us, right? Like the corpse of the Warforge?
I mean, Sam's final attack, I mean, it was your mighty trident stab, and then Sam
well, I mean, like the pieces of them are around us, right?
It's just all sprinkled around you on the
Cal,
floor.
I wanna like look through his body parts.
Sure, I mean they're all like teeny pieces at this point.
Yeah,
sure.
like I'm just like looking and picking them up and sniffing them.
Yeah.
And seeing if there's anything valuable, that's a part of this robot dude's body.
Sure. Of what of the confetti that's left of him, basically, you would find pieces of gears, metal gears, and
solid.
You do find half of a crystal. You don't know what kind of crystal it is. That's the only thing valuable you can find.
Give me that crystal half.
No.
The gears and
I need to make a
bolts
homunculus. I
and
leveled up.
metal shards that are on the ground. The only thing you can find whole gears and cogs, but I mean you can keep that if you want.
Yeah.
There's about 10 of them, whole ones that you can see, and you find half of a crystal of some sort.
I keep half of the crystal.
I would like to pay you for it, friend. I need that in order to do things that will help our party significantly.
Kelp just holds it up in her hand and she's just like, I'll give you this if you hurry up.
I need 5 more minutes!
So Zuki has a whole Sparkix crystal and Kelp has
I don't understand
half
the
a
hurry.
crystal of some sort.
Okay.
All right.
Sam, how do I use this?
Let's make another copy.
All right. So
you're
so
you guys have the ability to have possibly two stronger people on your team, and you guys are the only ones that can get them there, especially you, Sam. I'm just laying the facts out, not telling you what to do.
What?
Laying the facts out.
Okay.
Sam, hold on.
We do have 2.
Done with the forgery.
Okay.
You hear more footsteps.
What are the footsteps?
Okay, real
These
quick.
sound natural.
Kelp, come here. Kelp and Zuki, come here.
Okay.
Okay. I want to use both of these on them.
Your footsteps are getting closer. They're coming from the other direction this time.
Okay, use it on me.
Okay.
Am I level 3 now?
That didn't work. Try again. Roll, Sam.
Yeah.
Roll. Do a Do an Arcana check.
Arcana. Okay.
And to use this on Zuki, you have to get a DC check of 20.
Oh wow.
Oof.
Okay, so here we go.
Add your Arcana bonus, though.
Yeah. Well, it's not 20. It's 11.
Okay. The footsteps are even closer, and you start to see a figure in the distance. It seems human. You have another chance to do it again if you want.
Okay, I'm gonna try it one more time.
20. You have to get a 20.
20. Yeah.
Total on 20.
All right, 23.
23?
Yeah, it's 18, but with a +5.
Say the words.
Level up.
the game and the in-game character words, whatever you want it to be, to apply it to Zuki. You're the wizard.
Sephirum Santanum.
Is that directed at Zuki?
Yes.
Say the words.
Sephirum Santana.
Is that Arcanix for Zuki at the end? You had to use your name in it.
Zuki. Sephirum Santana Zuki.
There it is.
Yeah.
So the crystal floats in front of Zuki's face, and then it lowers, it's floating, and it goes into her chest, and it just dissolves into light in her. Her chest is now like glowing, and now her whole body is glowing with like this like red hue, this warm red hue.
Okay.
Again, it's that same hot tub warm feeling, what would be
Hot
the
tub
equivalent of
time
hot tub in our
machine.
world, Zuki.
Yeah.
And you can feel even stronger than you did before.
Wow, I feel really strong.
On your character sheet, level yourself up to level 3.
Jeez.
Take a moment to do that.
I really hope that there's 2 more.
Did you add whatever new abilities and stuff, Zuki?
I will do that right.
Yeah, take a moment. So yeah, now keep in mind while Zuki's doing that,
Hey.
Kelp also has a half crystal.
Half crystal.
You have 10 seconds before, like, the equivalent of like a combat turn. You have Sam or Hux to do whatever you want with that crystal until you see that figure come into like attackable distance to you.
All right, quick, you two. Which one of you want it?
Me.
Me? What? Fuck.
Kelp has
right.
it. If you don't want to give it over, Kelp, you don't have to, but someone can attempt to take it away from you.
Okay, if you're not gonna, I'm just gonna, whoever's handed it in, I'm just gonna go and try and level you up right now.
I will.
All right.
But hold on, you don't know
All
if
right.
it's a Sparkix crystal yet.
Oh,
You'd have to
okay.
check if it is or not.
Yeah,
All
let me
right.
see.
We're
Kelp-
assuming a lot.
Kelp gets super frustrated. Like, she feels like really detached from the group right now. So she takes the crystal and she throws it at Hux and she kind of walks away.
Toward which direction? Towards the elevator or towards the steps?
Towards the elevator.
The elevator?
I pick it up and I throw it at Sam and I say, well, I don't want it now. How it's no fun anymore.
So I guess it's mine.
Sure.
You
I
have
just
enough
wanted to
time,
make it
Sam, to
among
just
us.
detect what it is at this point before
All
that.
right, let me detect it.
If
then.
you want to do anything before that figure becomes
let me
within
detect
attackable-
magic on this then.
Yeah. So okay,
Yeah,
to detect it, you need to get a DC check of 15.
DC check of 15. All right, 19.
It is in fact half of a Sparkix crystal.
Okay.
It's not enough to
She
level
get a
anybody up.
half
though.
level?
It-
Okay, good. A half level.
It's incomplete without it being full. You would have to fuse it to another half. Any other half, it's fine. It doesn't have to be the original half. But
Okay, I'm just gonna hold on to it.
yeah,
for
it
now.
will not work without it being whole.
Gonna put it in my inventory. It's just
Yeah.
gonna, yeah. Sparkix crystal. Gonna put it in my inventory.
But it was the thing that was powering the Warforged. Great. It was only half of it though. The other half might have been destroyed with your awesome kill shot that you did. Your awesome metal touch.
Yeah.
The footsteps are now within range. Are now within visibility, you can see who it is. It is in fact the young human man wizard that Zuki and Kelp saw earlier in the tower in the student union. And he's holding a broomstick in his right hand. And he looks at all of you and he says, wow, did you guys make this mess?
No.
You do know that all of these teachers on this floor are on vacation, right?
Yeah.
So, DM, I don't know the logistics of my shifter form because I know I'm only supposed to be in it for like a minute, and I don't know if that's for battle specifically or if I can be in it outside of battle for longer.
That's a good question. It's been long enough where now you shrunk back to your human form.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah,
okay.
good thing for saying it though.
Kelp is still at the elevator. She's shrunk back down to her human form. Even though she recognizes the voice, she still presses the elevator button.
And he goes, hey, where are you going? I know you. And he's directing at Kelp.
She just like brushes him off and just like, I'm going to the common area.
No. Wait. I'm glad I ran into all of you. You and your tiefling friend. I'm sorry. I didn't introduce myself. My name is Larry.
No.
Hello.
Larry Spotter.
No.
No, that's my name. My name is Larry Spotter.
Your name is Ray or Roy.
No, that's a guy who works for the school. I know who you're talking about. He's working security right now. He's a dwarf. I'm a human.
Okay.
Awkward.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. That's Roy.
Okay.
He's really frustrated that they're not having me be at least a teacher's assistant now. They have to wait a month while he does security.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm the one with the broomstick. I flew away after giving you guys cupcakes.
Oh, okay.
You never introduced yourself.
Yep. Sorry, you
Yeah,
never
I'm
introduced
Larry.
yourself, and
Yeah.
now he is. Sorry, got
Larry
it.
Spotter.
Nope. Took me a second. Got it.
Yep.
Thank you,
Cupcake
Larry.
man.
Larry
Cupcake guy.
Spotter. That's me.
Larry the cupcake man.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Larry.
I'm,
You did
I'm
not.
just
You
on
did
this
not
floor.
make an impression.
So I apologize. I have an office around the corner on this floor. I'm a graduate student here, and I also teach a class for an assistantship. So I had to get some papers, some files here, and heard some commotion in the office for Ocean, and I'm just curious what the fuck was going on. And but you know what? I'm less mad because you seem cool. What was your name, Tiefling?
Zuki?
Zuki. Nice to meet you, Zuki. And you, human, right? What's your name?
I'm Kelp.
Great. And are these guys your husbands?
Yeah.
Boyfriends?
Boys are gross.
Disgusting.
Oh, so you don't have husbands or
Flirting with?
boyfriends?
No.
Oh, okay.
Are you flirting with them?
He was
No,
kind of mean
I'm
to us
super
earlier.
focused on
He
my
was
studies right
very
now.
mean to us earlier.
I mean, that's negging.
I gave you cupcakes.
So
But boys are icky.
They are icky. Yeah. I'm a man.
Men are icky.
I'm a graduate student, so I'm done with school. I'm
oh
just
boy,
I'm
I'm a
here
man.
going for my PhD in wizardry, and good. I'm glad you don't have boyfriends or husbands. Girlfriends, wives, right? Do you have those?
Okay. All right, Larry. What's your MO? What's your deal here? Okay.
Oh, I'm
I think his
single.
MO is,
I'm
quite
single.
clear.
If that's what you're
Okay.
asking.
All right. No, that's not what I'm
Capital
asking.
S
It's
I N
incredibly clear.
I'm a widow.
It's
Oh, so sorry.
Yeah.
Zuki, this
I-
is the first time I'm hearing this.
You look so young. You've been married?
I'm like 50.
Wow, I would have guessed 20.
It's pretty
maybe.
young.
Wow. Okay.
I have like 12 kids. I don't think you want to take care of them.
Okay.
I don't think
I mean,
you
they're
wanna
probably
take
adult
care
by
of
now,
them.
right? You're 50, right? I'm just
Yeah.
guessing. I don't know. Anyway, I'm here. And I'm glad I ran into you guys. And who are these dudes? These bros? These your
they're her sons.
Yeah, these are my children.
a dwarf? Is your son?
I adopted him. Don't make fun of him.
I mean, I
How
can see him
dare
being half
you.
tiefling, but he looks 100% dwarf.
I adopted
Oh, he adopted.
him.
Okay, he adopted him. And this guy that looks like he's like half human, half
Who are
elf
you
half-
to judge?
looks
Yeah, why
bub?
are you judging him?
I'm just curious. I'm not judging.
1 minute you're hitting on them, and the next minute you're judging them.
Look,
Judging my
okay.
children?
I'm a curious
Yes, that's
soul.
your critical thinking skills as a graduate student here.
Oh,
That's why
boy.
I'm not perfect at it, and that's why I'm here to get better at
Yeah,
it.
you're
so.
not perfect at it by a long shot, bub. You better take a hike before you piss them off further.
Like,
Hey.
By them, I
and he
mean
takes
all of
his
us.
glasses
I have
off and wipes
muscle.
them off on his shirt and his robe and his undershirt, and he's just like, puts them back on, and he's just like,
I don't
Look.
give a shit.
I was just gonna ask you all if you wanted to get, along with your friends, Zuki and Kelp, if you wanted to get a drink at the local tavern.
Absolutely not.
There is a, you all look new around here, except for you. You're a wizard, right? He points at Sam.
Guilty.
Child.
Yeah, you look, okay. The tiefling's adopted dwarf son. Yeah, you seem like you've been here before, but just assuming that all of you haven't been here before, there is an excellent downtown row of taverns that it'd be cool to go get some drinks together if you would like to. So,
I'm not going anywhere.
My
with this
treat.
creep. Nope,
anybody?
not me.
Well,
I mean, if not, I got some theses to write. So,
It is
I got some classes to
alcohol.
teach.
An
I got some
arsehole.
I got some working out to do.
He's not even using the correct past, or sorry,
Theses,
plural tense.
theses. There's
there-
many different languages.
Three tries we're at here.
There's many
sir.
different languages besides common, sir.
Mhm.
Something tells me you came around here for a reason. Like,
Just
a
interested.
cosmic reason.
Just interested.
Reason. You're just interested.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you read runes?
Runes? Yes, I do.
Oh.
Kelp like walks up to Sam and snatches the papers away from him, and or like the copy of the dissertation, and she's just like, I might can do something with this.
Okay.
And then she turns
trust
to
you, best
Larry. She turns to Larry and it's just like, I'll go get a drink with you if you help me out with this.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Will your tiefling friend Zuki, the mother of 6 and a dwarf grown man,
Let's
man
just
dwarf
say-
help us?
You gotta go through me before you get to her, okay?
That's fine by me.
It's
All right.
like a conservatorship. I can't take care of myself.
So wait, hold on. I just want to get it straight, sir. Sam, is that what I heard your name was? Is that right?
Full name Donegal Sam, but yeah.
What do you prefer, Donegal or Sam or something else?
Depends on the person.
What would you like to call me, sir?
You can call me Sam.
Sam, Mr.
Yeah.
Sam, or just Sam?
Mr. seems a little formal. Yeah, just Sam.
Okay, all right, Sam.
Yeah.
So since you're a wizard, you studied here, right? I'm just guessing.
Yeah,
You have that
yes.
feel, that Arcanix feel of you. It seems like it's kind of diluted, though. I could be wrong.
Well, let's say that
It's too personal a question. You don't want the answer. It's okay.
no,
Pretty
no.
judgy.
Among
I'm just
other
perceptive.
things, some
Maybe
people, tomato, bud.
I mean, how fondly do you remember your school days?
Well, I'm in them right now, so pretty well.
Well, when you get to my age,
I was an
It'll be
undergrad just
different.
last year, so
Oh, one of those types.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Judging you.
feelings fade. You live a full life, and you're gonna have a lot of regrets. Is just what I'm saying.
I was just asking if you graduated here or not.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Oh, I spat all over my
well,
screen.
okay, great. Now that we got that out of the way. So there is a competition on the horizon, and I'm forming a team. And
no. Is it that time again?
I would just be up front. I'm interested in the females in your group, romantically.
Yeah,
not
we
beating around the bush,
gathered.
just in case you didn't know.
Lucky
Not
I'm
interested.
calling you
That's
bud,
cool. I'll
not
back
Chud.
off.
I mean, he's shooting his shot, y'all. Like,
I'm also interested in forming a team of magic users, preferably wizards, but don't have to be. There is a competition coming up at Arcanix. And I was going to talk to you, dear Sam, about what you're good at in terms of magic. And if you're awesome, I was going to recruit you for this competition.
I really want to be on a team with that guy.
Well,
It's called the Trials of the Ninefold Path.
Oh, I'm well aware of what they're called.
Yeah, we've read the fourth Harry Potter, Mr. Grad School.
That sounds like my name. My name's Larry Spotter. I don't know what that is, though. He takes his glasses off. He wipes them off with his
quit.
shirt again.
Famous Spotter family.
I'm out. I'm not
Forehead hurts.
partaking.
Ow.
Oh
Oh my
Yeah, it's
God.
a Treaty of the Ninefold Path. So, if you're interested,
Treaty of the you can get bent, buddy. That's all I'm saying.
it might. Hold on. Sorry, Sam, but I'm just gonna ask, sir. I can only assume you're an artificer. You look like you're dressed like one. A very rich artificer, though.
I can only assume you're an asshole.
I don't know why you're so hostile. If your female friends aren't interested, I'll totally, absolutely back off.
Really? Because they both said they weren't interested when you started this conversation.
hang
They
on.
did both say that.
They
Okay.
did both say
Then
that.
I
Okay.
will back off. Now I'm
Okay.
interested in recruiting Sam, but I still, the invitation's still open for all of you to get drinks, platonic drinks.
I'll get none of the sort from you. I buy my own drinks, bitch.
What? I'm just curious because I took a psychology class one time. I'm just curious on how.
Oh, no.
Hold on.
It's-
He took a psychology class. I say to the group, not to him.
I could
It's
be
an elective.
very wrong, but it's very intriguing, like how hostile you're being.
Yeah. Is it?
I'm just.
Is it?
I'm
Did
like.
you deduce that with your masters in progress, sir?
No, it's an abjuration. PhD, by the way.
Excuse me.
Um,
Sorry.
I'm just curious. Like, did someone hurt you when you were little? Like, do you have trauma you're still dealing with?
Oh, the trauma I'm dealing with is this horrid social reaction, sir. You can back off, all right?
All right. Well,
Thank you very much.
God's bless you. Dear Sam,
Hey,
are you
yes.
interested in
You
the Trials
too.
of Ninefold Path?
Listen, do you need an answer right now?
No, I don't.
Okay, so
You can
let's-
return to me in like a day.
Let's do
In
that.
fact, here is, and he pulls out a small booklet, and he rips a page out, and he pulls out a quill out of his robe, and he writes on it, and he goes, "Here, you can reach me here. This is my office number and my office hours. And if you need to send, there we go. If you need to send a crow, just write on a
Okay.
piece of parchment and send
This
a crow.
guy's still using crows.
Yeah. Hey,
And
thank you.
I'll meet you wherever you want to meet. You.
Larry, before you leave, let me just tell you that
Yeah, dog.
I'm gonna be honest.
Oh,
So-
God.
You got off on the wrong foot with us.
My
To
but
apologies.
say the least. Mhm.
that's okay. You're not lost, and you have potential to be my new best friend.
That's a good idea, Sam.
You know
That's a
what?
great idea.
That's a whole other but equally important reason why I wanted to form this team, is to form a new group of best pals. So I'm glad
You mean
God,
like
we
a
see eye
best
to eye.
friend squad?
a best friend squad.
I will not partake
Best-
in a group called
You've
that.
redeemed
Wizard
yourself,
friend.
Larry.
Best
But
wizard
don't
friends,
hit on
dude.
my friends, please.
You know
Unless
what?
they condone it, which they definitely did not.
There's this other person that I know of. She is also a teacher here. Miss Morelum. Whenever she says that she's best friends with someone, someone dies. But you know what? I've developed a way to counteract that hex. So you can say I'm your best friend all you want. I know how to counteract that shit.
I wasn't trying to hex you.
No, I mean, if you're mistakenly hexing me, if like, say, what happened with her every time she says she was best friends with someone, that someone would die.
Oh, that shit's on purpose.
Oh.
Trust me. But like when I say it, like I genuinely love you.
Oh, so Morelum was on purpose? I thought it was just by mistake. Wow.
Wait.
What's up, Kelp?
Sam, I think you're cursed, dude.
Do I have a?
No, you can't curse me. I know how to counteract that hex. If,
Well,
even
like-
if he does it
You,
mistakenly.
Larry.
I could have unknowingly been hexed this whole time.
And all
Yeah,
of your
Morello knows how to do
BFFs
that
are
shit.
dying.
Kelp, I'm so sorry. Kelp and Zuki and Hux, I've put you all in danger this whole time. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we've
Can
had
be
to
your
bust-
enemy.
Yeah, we've had to bust our nuts in order to not die just by hanging out with you.
Well,
I know how
don't
to
bust
counteract
that nut
it if you
just
want.
yet. Yes, please.
Yeah, dude. You got to get some beers to me, though. Some buddy
Let's
beers.
go get some beers.
Best bud beards.
Let's go get some
best
Beards, I want a beard.
beard bud
Ooh.
beers. Best.
We all don't have to go. It could just be me and you, Larry, if you
Yeah, dude.
want.
I think that's a
All right.
great idea, Sam.
Let's do it.
All right, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's hit the town, dude. Just man, it's gonna be just like old college days. It's gonna be great. I can't go
Yeah.
out and drink as much anymore because I'm so working on all my theses.
Oh, you're so smart.
If I
I
reach,
call
I'm
that
not
after.
the smartest. That's why I'm here to be smarter.
if I
Okay.
reach a certain amount of beers, that my breath smells like eggs.
That's okay, man. I
And
know how
it
to
becomes
counter
flammable.
that with a lemon spell to dispel.
Oh, is that the one with the peel?
Yeah,
that,
it's
like-
actually you just eat
Yeah.
a lemon. And it just distorts all of the the bad breath germs that are in your mouth.
Yeah,
It's not
Professor
really-
Zorbo taught me that one.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Professor
that's
Zorbo
pretty
was
cool.
awesome, man. Oh, I
dude,
once went
you
out
call him
drinking with him
Zorbo
one time.
too?
Yeah, dude, I took shots with him one time and I blacked out. And the next day, I woke up in a fucking barn with pigs all around me. It was so funny.
That guy's an idiot.
I
Really?
went outside and he was just barfing into a bucket. And he looked at me and he says, "You now have graduated, Arcanix." I was like, "Not really," but like actually, I did from that night. I didn't even take my final exam.
Let's go get beers.
I did.
All right.
So Donegal, Sam, and Larry both go over to the elevator, and they exit. Now it's just Zuki, Kelp, and Hux left. Hux, you feel a cold wind over your shoulder, your left shoulder,
Mhm.
and you feel like a breath, like someone's breath behind you, and what you hear is you
Do I
don't see
smell
anything.
eggs? Because then I know who it is.
You don't see anything, but he goes, "Did you fucking forget that I was here the whole time?"
No? Why do you think I was shooing that idiot grad student away?
This is Calavant, Professor
Yes,
Calavant.
I know it's you, Professor. I want to restore you to your body because I would like
I
to
told
learn from you.
yes, I told you if you get my body back, I can teach you alchemy.
I know that. I was listening. There was a lot going on.
Stay on task.
Would you say I need to stay on target? Just say it.
Stay on target.
Just say it twice.
Stay on target.
Okay.
You have until
I'll do
tomorrow
it.
sunrise.
That's it.
don't-
That seems like a ticking clock to
Yes,
me.
I might
A
die.
very
I
basic
might-
storytelling convention. Are
I
you sure?
might. I don't know what you're talking about. All I know is I need to get back to my body. Otherwise, I may be permanently removed from my body. Therefore, you can't learn alchemy. So get on it. And then you hear this like this like spray, and it feels maybe it's spit, but it's very very cold, and then the presence is gone. So
I
now
lower my
the
goggles
three of
and
you
I
are in the
say-
hallway right now.
I need
Let's
to bring
do
this
this.
forged paper to this lady.
Everybody's got stuff going on. Guess I'll just.
Until the end of the night.
Kelp! Kelp, I need you to come with me.
Meanwhile, Sam went to go get
I have
drinks.
a bad feeling that my mouth's going to get me into trouble.
Ugh, fine.
This is just a side note, Dash.
Yeah.
Since I wanna for my monk thing,
Mhm.
I'm gonna do the Way of the Drunken Master.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
it's-
yeah. The expansion that we got, yeah, for sure.
It doesn't show up on my thing,
Okay, so
but it says I
will-
can buy it for like $2.
Let me check on that because
Okay.
since it's the campaign that I made in mine, and I do own it in D&D Beyond when we made your character, you should be able to do it. You and I actually have some extra work to do because
Okay.
you're now level 3, which is a huge
Yeah.
jump.
Mhm.
So there's lots of things to choose from now, especially if you're going with Xanathar's. It's in Xanathar's Explorer's
Yeah.
Guide. So we're going to be adding a lot of cool stuff to you. But thank you for
Okay.
mentioning that because
Yeah.
you and I will have to meet like this week or talk about it,
Okay.
you know, or text about it. But yeah, so we're almost about to get wrapped up. So you won't have to worry about battles the rest of the night.
Okay.
But yeah,
I wasn't sure if I should purchase it or not.
don't purchase it just yet. If it is, I'll purchase it. No worries.
Okay.
But anyway, so a little bit of time left. So Sam went to get drinks with Larry, the grad student, Larry Spotter, and yeah, so you have a two dissertations to possibly deliver, maybe a forged one or two forged ones. There is a half Sparkix crystal that's in, I believe, Sam's pack, right?
Yep, I've got it. Yeah.
Half of one. And you are level 2 now, and there is Professor Tzandro Kavalant. His spirit is aching to get back to his body. Who you don't know who took it, the body or not. It's somewhere. And while Sam and Larry are walking to the bar, you guys. So right now you're back. So keep in mind you've been in the Tower of Alchemy this whole time. So now you are now on the ground floor. Sam and Larry. And Larry, on your way to walking to the basically the brewery district, as he calls it. It's just like a block of like bar or taverns. And he says, he's like, look, man, I just gotta tell you though, I kind of regret. And he comes up to the tavern and he opens the door for you. And he goes, I kind of regret this one guy I recruited. And he walks up to the tavern and he goes, hey, bartender, can we just get 2 ales, 2 pints of ales, please? And he goes, yeah. And he brings up 2 pints of ales. He gives it to you. And he's been kind of stuttering quiet. And he's like, I wanted this one wizard. I'm not proud of this. Keep in mind, I wanted this one. Can you take a sip of your beer before I tell you this, please, Sam? It's not poison, I promise. I've done bad stuff, but I'm not going to poison you, I promise. So he takes a big gulp of his. I can't tell you this unless you take a sip of your beer, dude.
It's just...
That's good enough.
Yep.
I wanted a professor to be on my team. And for the Trials of the Ninefold Path. And he kept arguing with me about it, but I knew if I got this one professor that he would there'd be no way we could lose the Trials of the Ninefold Path. Yeah. And I told him I would pay them the rest of my life, be indebted to him. I told him that this is the way for me to win, and that way I could get a girlfriend and I'd be super cool. It'd be awesome. I was bullied really bad in undergrad when I was an underclassman. I was upperclassman, things got better, but like I feel like now's my time to shine. You know, I'm a PhD student, and I just figured this would be great, a great way for me to win. And this guy knows alchemy, and he's so good, and he was just so grumpy, man. He was just so grumpy. So I have an impulse. I just cast this body separation spell, and now his body's locked in my office. And I just, I told him like, I'll put you back in your body if you say yes to being on my team. So there it is, man. I'm sorry. I just, I didn't mean to. I've never done anything like this before. You seem like a cool guy, and I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it. Having a girlfriend's not that important, especially when you're in wizard school. I should be studying and writing my theses.
Theses. Your theses.
Theses.
I'm haunting you all.
Say.
I better have another sip.
Yeah, man.
So you did it.
Yeah, the thing I just said, I did it. Yeah.
Yeah, you did it. You made Zorbo that way.
You mean Tzandro? Yeah, Tzandro Kavalant. That was the teacher that I separated from his body. Yeah.
Yeah. But you can undo it, right?
Yeah, man. I just right now I'm kind of afraid to do it because I regret it. Because I'm afraid if I put him back in his body, I'm just gonna I'm gonna go to Arcanix prison, and then I'll never get a girlfriend.
Okay, well,
you'll get something.
Kelp is the scariest person I know, and she will make sure that he says nothing. Okay?
I don't want to threaten him more though. That'll be worse, dude. I want to be a good guy. I want to be a good wizard, Larry Spotter. But now I'm the separated the soulless professor and Larry Spotter and the soulless professor. Like, what the? How did they come to this?
Larry,
how did it come to this, Sam?
I see a lot of myself in you. You know, I also.
Did you ever fuck up this bad, Sam? You seem like you're just like this, great guy, just.
Larry, I've been living.
You feel like you could be like a dad to me, man. Like a great dad.
Larry, I've been living as a hermit for the past I don't know how long, and was tasked to come here. I only look like I have it together because I surround myself with people who do have it together. I am only as good as my friends. You see. And you've got to learn how to rely on other people. And that's how you have your power, and that's what makes you good.
But how did you get your friends, man? I was trying to do that in the first place. I was trying to form this team for the trials. And I fucked that up, you know? You're right. But, how do you do step one? Just getting good friends.
It's got to be organic, my friend. You can't just force friendship on people. You can't just say, you're my best friend to everyone.
But you are my best friend, and you told me that, and it worked. Well, how does it work for you and it doesn't work for me? I know how to, anti-hex that shit, too, but I want it to be, I can't even take the risk of having a best friend. You're the man, dude. You know how to do it, Sam.
Here's what I feel like is your problem. You want friends, but I think you just want the idea of having friends, and you don't actually want. There needs to be love there. There needs to be affection for these people. It can't just be they like me. It has to be reciprocal.
Being of service to them, right?
In a way, yeah. In a way, you have to bring out their best qualities, and they'll do it to you too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't exactly know how to do that, but I think you're probably right.
It doesn't involve magic. Let me just put it that way.
So I should probably put the professor back in his body.
I think you need to, yeah.
Okay, you're right. Even if I go to Arcanix prison,
I'll vouch for you for what it's worth.
It's the right thing to do.
I don't. This isn't the worst thing he's been through. Trust me.
Did you do worse to him? Okay, you don't have to answer that question. All right. Well, let's. Yeah, I'm gonna go do it. Will you accompany me?
Let's go.
All right, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Let's down these beers.
All right.
And he throws up just a bag of gold pieces. It's the bag is stuffed. It the drawstring opens up, and it is just stuffed with gold pieces, all gold. It is way too much for how much those beers were. And he just throws them up there as if it was nothing. And it's not like he's drunk too. He just had one beer. So, and he goes, "Keep the change." And he puts his arm around your shoulder. Let's go, man. And he walks out, and you are now on your way back to the Tower of Alchemy, where Zuki, Kelp, and Hux are. And presumably, he's going to try to attempt to return the Professor Tzandro Kavalant back to his body, in which despite the consequences of what may happen to him, he's going to do it because it's the right thing to do, or at least he intends to. And Kavalant said if you all returned him to his body, he would teach Hux alchemy. And Zuki and Kelp, well, you may or may not deliver 1 or 2 or none dissertations to Lavishan and or Raylam. So, lots of quests going on. With that in mind, we're going to call it a night and ends tonight's session. Great job, everyone.
So much happening.
Man, and you all leveled up. And Zuki, holy crap, level 3.
Level 3.
A drunk monk.
Drunk
Yay!
monk, level 3. Excellent. All right. With that said,
You can make beer.
yeah. Let's go ahead and do some closing statements. Again, thanks for watching, everybody. If you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. That way you get a notification for every video that is uploaded, at least one video per week, whether it is the main D&D campaign, Journey Punks in Eberron, or it is a J-Punk Junk, which is a companion talk show, which, it'll be one or the other, but at least one video per week. And with that, let's go ahead and do a round of plugs. Jay, you want to start off doing any plugs?
Sure. So, last time was a bit somber, but everything is better, at least a little bit better. I mean, the National Guard isn't here on every corner anymore, but we'll take that for now. We'll see how things go. Aside from that, creatively, I will be doing a fundraiser for the Twin Cities Horror Festival.
Ooh.
Which is the fundraiser itself is usually in July, and they also announce the lineup, and it sounds like it's going to be in person this year in October, so that's kind of exciting. More details to come. I don't quite know anything yet, but just stay tuned.
Excellent. Cool, man.
Yeah.
And Jurassic Jaws, would you like to plug, sir?
Well, I will plug just that. So I stream on here on Twitch, twitch.tv/Jurassic_Jaws. That's JURASSIC. And we just changed our schedule. So I will be back on here on Wednesday for Hyperspace Hump Days. Shout out to Jay Danger for helping with the title creation of that one. And also Jurassic Thursdays, which used to be Jurassic Saturdays. We're going to have our first Jurassic Thursday. All streams are 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we also have Tandem Tuesdays, where I'll be bringing on at least one friend and doing co-op type things and talking about theater and film, which is the background that I come from. It's how I know Dash. It's how I know most of my friends. So please come check us out.
Excellent. And Winged, would you like to plug?
Yeah, I honestly don't have anything to plug. My partner's fundraiser was Friday, and that went so well. He raised a ton of money for multiple causes, and it was amazing. He streamed for, I think it was like 13 and a half hours, which is insane. But yeah, no, nothing other than Journey Punks. Nothing, but hopefully, something soon.
Yeah, we're seeing the light in the tunnel. Yep. The light at the end of the tunnel, which
we are. Yep.
Yeah, back to I mean, if you're still you plan on still doing improv, right?
Yeah, we'll
when
see.
Things go back to someone normal. Yeah, I mean, well, I'll just vouch for at least during normal times you were a rock star on the improv stage.
Thank you.
Of Chicago, and always
well,
up in the comedy
I'll
scene.
get back to at least like more low-key improv. I'm not sure how much professional improv I'll do, but I enjoyed the time that I did do on those stages, so we'll see, after everything, like the dust settles and stuff. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Awesome. And Kuhnoodle, what would you like to plug?
I took a bit off for streaming, but I should be back this week. So I stream art, same twitch.tv/Kuhnoodle. Yeah.
Yeah, and Kuhnoodle did the cover art. That's on
I
the bottom.
did.
The bottom left.
I also take commission work.
commission her. She's awesome to work with.
I like to do D&D characters, so.
Kuhnoodle is amazing. So yeah, and then on my side, things, I do a weekly movie review podcast. It's called Screen Slurps. We review old movies, new movies, indie movies, bad movies, any type of movies, foreign movies. And new episodes every Monday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and just about everywhere you can find podcasts on the internet. On it is Adam Meisner and myself. We are the two co-hosts. We have guests every once in a while. Both Jay and Jurassic Jaws have been guests on it as well. Fantastic Mr. Fox episode for Jay and Jurassic Jaws was on the Jurassic Park episode, of course. And Adam Meisner edits every single episode of that. He's an excellent sound designer. He's a genius with it, and he also composed the new theme song, which appeared at the beginning of this tonight's stream. So you'll be hearing that more often. Go check out his work. Don't get him mixed up with the martial arts Adam Meisner. There's a martial arts man, Adam Meisner, karate man, and there is Adam Meisner, which is a music sound man. Check him out, and you can hear me babble on about movies. And other than that, we'll go ahead and close the stream tonight, and we thank you all for attending. You all are great. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following. We appreciate you all. Join the Discord. Follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, and especially join the Discord community. We love to bring you on and chat with you, and you get to keep in touch with us throughout the week. So if the link doesn't work for you, just go ahead and message me and I will send you a new link. But I just refreshed it, so there should be a workable link there now. So yeah, and also check out Green Fox Woodworking's all their TTRPG merchandise and woodwork. It's excellent. Use the Journey Punks promo code and get 50% off of the dice trays. Again, I said 15. I don't want to mix that with 50. 15% discounts. And with that said, let's go ahead and close out to the ending screen. Have a great night. Thanks for sticking with us. And we'll see you next time.
We did it.
We did it.
We did it. We did. Okay.
We leveled up.
Some of us did it twice.
Ooh.
Wow. Level 3. We're on the end screen. I'm gonna look at your character sheet, Zuki.
Yeah, because it says monastic tradition, but it only shows one.
Gotcha. So viewing, builder. Yeah. Okay, yeah, monastic tradition. Choose option. So I see Way of Mercy, Way of Shadow.
Oh,
Way
so
of
it only
Astral,
shows one on mine.
Way of the Astral Self. So you can tell me and I can plug it in for
Way
you.
of the Drunken Monk.
Way of the Drunken Master?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm applying that to now.
Okay.
Now you have deflect missiles. So starting at 3rd level, you could use your reaction to deflect or catch the missile, so you can catch bullets.